bill. You can call what I'm doing today whatever you want. You can call it a filibuster. You can call it a very long speech. I'm not here to set any great records or to make a spectacle. I am simply here today to take as long as I can to explain to the American people the fact that we have got to do a lot better than this agreement provides. Now let me just enumerate some of the reasons that I am opposed to this agreement. First, as everybody knows, this nation has a record-breaking $13.8 trillion national debt at the same time as the middle class is collapsing and poverty is increasing. And Mr. President, I think it's important that we say a word, because I'm not sure that a lot of Americans necessarily know this, about how we got to where we are today in terms of the national debt. I know there are some people who think that this all began the day that President Obama took office. Well, it's not quite the case. When President Clinton left office, this country was running, in fact, a very significant surplus, and the projections were that we were going to continue to run a surplus. During the 8 years of President Bush, for a number of reasons, including the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, including huge tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country, including a Medicare Part D prescription drug program, and including the Wall Street bailout, among other things, all of which were not paid for. Those are the primary reasons that we saw an almost doubling of the national debt during the Bush administration. And since President Obama has been in office, we have passed a stimulus package, also adding to the deficit in national debt. But here we are today with a $13.8 trillion national debt, $1.4 trillion deficit, and almost all Americans are in agreement that this is a very serious issue. So the first point that I would make is that it seems to me to be unconscionable for my conservative friends and for everybody else in this country to be driving up this already too high national debt by giving tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires who don't need it, and in a number of cases, Mr. President, don't even want it. Here's one of the interesting ironies. There are lists of many, many very wealthy people who've come forward and say, sure, I want a tax break. Everybody wants a tax break. But you know what? There are other priorities in this country. I don't need it. And two of the wealthiest people in the world, Bill Gates of Microsoft, Warren Buffett, Berkshire, these are billionaires, and they said it's absurd. We don't need a tax break. And all over the country, you're hearing a lot of folks who have a lot of money saying, don't drive up the deficit and force our kids to pay higher taxes to pay off the national debt in order to give tax breaks to the richest people in this country. Now, Mr. President, we have been told really not to worry too much because the extension of these tax breaks for the wealthy will only last 2 years. Not to worry. Well, maybe that's the case. But given the political reality that I have seen in Washington, my guess is that 2 years from now, these tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country will be extended again. What happens around here is that the argument will be made that if you end these tax breaks, you're raising taxes. It's what we're hearing right now. I see no reason why in the middle of a presidential election those arguments will not be made again, and I see no reason not to believe that those tax breaks will be extended again. And clearly we have a number of Republicans who want to make that extension permanent. Now, whether it will ever be made permanent or not, I don't know. But the point is, when you hear folks say that it's only a 2-year extension, I would suggest take that with a grain of salt. And let me just say that if, in fact, we do what the Republicans have wanted to do right now, as we enter this debate, they wanted a 10-year extension that would add $700 billion to our national debt. $700 billion. Now, I've got 4 kids, and I've got 6 grandchildren. And I think it is grossly unfair. None of them have a whole lot of money. I think it is grossly unfair to ask my kids and grandchildren and the children all over this country to be paying higher taxes in order to provide tax breaks for billionaires because we've driven up the national debt. That is just plain wrong. And Mr. President, I think the vast majority of the American people, whether they're progressives like myself or whether they're conservatives, I think they perceive that that concept of giving tax breaks to billionaires when we have such a high national debt makes no sense at all. Furthermore, Mr. President, it is important to point out that extending income tax breaks to the top 2% is not the only unfair tax proposal in this agreement. This agreement between the President and the Republican leadership also calls for a continuation of the Bush-era 15% tax rate on capital gains and dividends, meaning that those people who make their living off their investments will continue to pay a substantially lower tax rate than firemen, teachers, nurses, carpenters, and virtually all the other working people of this country. And I just don't think that that's fair. That's wrong. And we are continuing, if this agreement were to be passed, that unfair arrangement. Mr. President, on top of all of that, this agreement includes a horrendous proposal regarding the estate tax. And that is a Teddy Roosevelt initiative. Teddy Roosevelt was talking about this in the early years of the 20th century. It was enacted in 1916, and it was enacted for a couple of reasons. Teddy Roosevelt and the people of that era thought it was wrong that a handful of people could have a huge concentration of wealth and then just give that wealth, transmit that wealth to their children. He didn't think that that was right. Furthermore, it was a source, a progressive and fair source of revenue. Under the agreement struck between the Republican leadership and the President, the estate tax rate, which was 55% under President Clinton, and let's all remember, we had problems with the economy under President Clinton, but very few will deny that during those years we were creating a heck of a lot more jobs than we did under President Bush. That's the fact. Over 20 million jobs under President Clinton. We lost 600,000 private sector jobs under President Bush. During the Clinton era, the tax rate on the estate tax was 55%. What this arrangement would do is lower that tax rate to 35% with an exemption on the first $5 million of an individual's estate, $10 million for couples. Now, here's the important point, Mr. President, that I think many people don't know, because I have to confess, my Republican friends and their pollsters and their language people have done a very good job. This is the so-called death tax. And I think all over America, people are saying, oh, this is terrible. I have $50,000 in the bank and I want to leave that to my kids.
Does that mean we're live? All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gamer City League Team 3 versus Team PORO. Very exciting matchup we have for us here today. I'm casting today here with Nicole. And
Honor, it's the wrong predictions.
That's okay. The voices in my head is fixing the predictions as we speak. Yeah.
Not sure the teams even know what teams they are at this point. So that's where we are in Gamer City League.
Yeah, I don't think bees are playing tonight. I believe it's team 3, but that's okay. Predictions are back up with the correct team names. You know, no clear favorite. Looks pretty even at the moment. Oh, actually, unironically, now it is even. All right.
Just have to wait for Robert to come in and bet all his gamer coin, so.
True. All right, so what do I guess as we're getting ready for draft now, what do you have any ideas on what kind of champions you'd like to see each team pick?
I'd like to hear your ideas first, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I honestly am really curious what Team 3 may or may not have cooked up to use against Team PORO, because I think it's pretty fair to say that Team PORO is the titan of the league, the powerhouse of the league, and
That's very true.
yeah, they're kind of the team to beat. So I think it's kind of just on the rest of the league to try to figure out like what champions might be good into them and how you might be able to outplay them. I mean, I think meeting Team Poro on like an equal field in like a mid-game macro situation is like really, really tough because I think they're just so good at playing out the situation. So I feel like maybe have to go for some kind of like early game thing where it just gets such a lead that it's like just too difficult for them to play on like even standing, and you can kind of get mid game and late game objectives by just having your wallet. But Team 3 kind of tried that in their last series against Team Poro, and they got a lead in the early game, but they still didn't feel like it was enough. So honestly, I think I'm just really interested to see what they're cooking up, and I think they need to show something new that in order to find a win today, I'd say.
You think?
Yep. Still waiting for the draft to start. But I mean, I think one thing that would be kind of interesting to see is I think Dario. I mean, we don't actually track this stat, I guess, but Dario I think has played maybe a unique champion every game, or if he hasn't, it's like been close to that. He's played a lot of different supports. All right. Voices in my head have informed me that he has in fact repeated champions. But I think the point still stands that he does play a lot of weird stuff. So maybe there's an interesting support pick. Oh, we're in. Alrighty. Is there a new
Special shout out to Robert for betting all his gamer coin. Thank you, Robert.
Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you. Yep. All right. So the Malphite ban pretty makes sense. LeBlanc ban makes sense. I mean, Brendan known for his Malphite, Miguel known for his LeBlanc.
Ethiopia.
Cassiopeia also not a surprise. Miguel has also shown. All right, we got the live link.
Ban.
Yeah, I think Butterfly Soup definitely showed her proficiency on the champ in the series against us. Nocturne and Galio, yep, pretty standard bans, I'd say. Nothing too crazy there. Let's see what the B1 pick is. Team 3 taking their time here, considering their options.
Brahms first pick.
Braum first pick, gotta say, would not expect the Braum to be a B1 pick, but Dario definitely proficient on this champion and very, very strong in the bot lane 2v2, so it kind of follows with what they tried to do in past series where they just tried to get a 2v2 advantage bot lane with strong, dueling champs for lane. The Thresh Hover for PORO, yeah.
Yeah, Thresh Hover, classic Jaka bot lane pick.
Definitely.
You've been a victim to the Thresh Hook,
Yes, we have. Yeah, and I think honestly, Arlen hasn't had a bad game on it yet, so I think it'll also be interesting to see if there's if this Braum or some other pick maybe will match well into it if they have something prepared for it. Kaisa pick, strong bot lane, strong team fighter. Pretty standard from Team PORO so far, but it'll be interesting to see if Team 3 picks anything crazy in the last two picks in the first part of pick ban. Ooh, the Mordekaiser.
I can't say I didn't see this one coming. Mordekaiser's been a popular pick this season, I feel.
Definitely, yeah, and Mordekaiser's really strong at isolating that like one target on the enemy team and giving your team some breathing room potentially if there's a problem. So good pick, and then the RE2. A lot of AP damage pick so far, but in the jungle and ADC, of course, you can get some physical damage to balance that out. Will be interesting to see if they pick top here now that they know what the top lane for Team 3 is going to be, or if they're going to let top go to the second round, or if they're going to pick Miguel's mid here. Figured probably one of those two. And they pick no champ.
Oh.
I'm sure we'll get word in chat what that was supposed to be in a sec. Syndra. Okay, yeah, makes sense. I figured. Alright, so, picking Syndra for Miguel. Of course, one of his main champions. Very good on the pick. Very oppressive in lane on it.
Yeah, we're seeing some classic picks, but they're classic but strong.
Indeed. I see the Ashe ban targeting Larkin's strong AD picks. Makes sense. It'll be interesting to see, so what Team 3 is going to ban here. So it's top lane and jungle bans left. It'll be interesting to see what they prioritize.
Mumu first.
Very strong champ in this league. Makes sense. Second ban for Team PORO. Vayne, yeah. I mean,
And, yep, don't blame him for that one either.
yeah. We also a couple days ago experienced what that Vayne felt like.
Yeah.
Alrighty, last ban. Let's see. Do they ban another jungler? Do they ban a top laner? Zac. Yeah. Alrighty.
Another jungle pick.
Giving Carlos the pick of the litter. He can pick any top laner he wants, I guess. Yeah, I think for PORO here, it doesn't really matter. You could pick jungle or top here. Maybe jungle if you're worried about Team 3 potentially taking one of your jungle options. Ooh, the Lilia jungle.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. It's a fun one.
Definitely. Leading into probably an AD top laner for Team PORO to try to balance out that damage profile a little bit more. Interesting to see. Gonna pick ADC here, yeah, Jinx, Hyperscaler.
Yep, that's a very classic pick. Can't say I'm surprised with that one either. Very interested to see how far it can get this game.
Yeah, I mean, kind of interesting though, because I guess so. Braum is obviously very good peel. Oh, and Cho'Gath, there you go. Okay. Now this is interesting to see what I think Brendan played Cho'Gath into Team PORO on their last match, but I forget what Carlos played into it. I don't know if it was the Aurelia or the Camille, but I think it was one of those champs. I wonder if he'll pick one of those again this time. I think it was the Camille. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Camille does true damage. Camille likes playing against tanks, makes sense. And it also rounds out the damage profile for Team PORO nicely. Seems like kind of a protect the Jinx comp on Team 3 side, and then on PORO side, you kind of have more damage threats. Don't really have like a traditional tank per se. Thresh is kind of like a half tank, but everyone else on the team basically threatens a lot of damage. So
There's a lot of damage. They have a decent amount of mobility too, which I think they're
Yeah.
very known for, is getting around the map quickly.
Yep. Do you have a comp that you like better?
I mean, I kind of like Team 3's comp, not
Mhm.
gonna lie. I do think that Protect the Jinx comp is a very good choice, personally. However, I also know, again, like I was saying, like high mobility, high damage. I think PORO is very good at playing into that skill set and,
Yep.
taking advantage of that mobility. So I think if they find any opportunity they can to, get at that Jinx, or, even pick off something like Ari, who, is a little easier to kill, I think they're gonna seize that very quickly. So, kind of impartial to both. I think they both are playing to their team's strong suits. What do you think?
Wait, what? I just realized. It's Mordekaiser Jungle. Ah, yeah. Okay, there you go. Makes sense. But yeah, I think. So I think the Protect the Jinx team comp is like pretty straightforward in terms of like how you want to play it, but I do think that the execution into Team Poro's team comp might be a little difficult because basically like your main damage threat in a team fight is going to be the Jinx. Like Mordekaiser could do some damage, and Cho'Gath can kind of maybe burst somebody, but and like Ari also can do some decent damage, but I definitely think it's like less damage than what Team Poro can do. Like I think the Camille does a lot of damage. Lilia can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, especially with something like Mordekaiser, where your goal is to,
Yeah.
isolate a single person. They have a lot of different damage sources, so it's going to be really figuring out where you want to prioritize and pick off people, and they're going to have to really look more so for picks on Team Poro.
Yep.
It's going to be a matter of picking off rather than team fights, because they're going to be hit from multiple different angles with this comp.
3 minutes on predictions. Get those predictions in. Right now, seems like Team 3 is actually predicted to win. And the viewers may know my track record for the how much money I've made off the prediction market, and you may be interested to know that I also voted for Team 3. So if that informs your decision on which team to vote for, I guess yeah, use that information how you will. But yeah, I mean, I think
It's a
I want.
biased caster. I think we should get you fired.
It's
You're
true.
not supposed to pick your team yet, Thomas.
I'm putting my coins down for a team does not
And
me
then
saying I think that team's going to win.
you're glazing them on stream, man.
I've put down points on my team every game, and we have not won a game yet. So I would
Thomas
argue
just
that
caster curse T3.
maybe me
Couldn't
putting
agree more.
points down on a team is actually not what you want to see. But I digress. I digress. I said I wanted T3 to bring something different to the table, and I do think the Mordekaiser is definitely different. I think Mordekaiser, especially if Mord gets fed, definitely has the potential to really disrupt like a team fight, and kind of like 1v1 potentially either like kill a high value target or at the very least kind of like separate a high value target from the rest of the team, and maybe allowing your team to win the fight in your absence. So I think there's definitely like the outplay potential there, but also like the target selection on a Mordekaiser ult is really important. And if you don't get like the right target, or if the target you choose can kind of just kill you super quickly, it's a little less value. So definitely will be looking around like what kind of ults Alex can get with the Mordekaiser, and if he can use the ults to sway team fights in his team's favor.
Now, I'm not as familiar with Alex Champool. I know he's a big fan of like playing Lee Sin. Do you think
Yes.
Mord fits in with that, or is that
No.
out of the ordinary for him? Right?
I think this is kind of a new pick that he's maybe been cooking and hiding. the voices in my head has informed me that he used to play old Mordekaiser, which that's maybe a sign that he likes the champion. Maybe does have some experience in the new Mordekaiser. But
Bringing it back.
yeah, bringing it back. So, gotta say, I feel like Team PORO's team comps feel like they're almost the same. Like every time they play, they always draft like the same kind of champions and like the same kind of stuff. And maybe that's partially why they succeed so much, because they just play the same thing and they're good at it.
It's like we talked about earlier. They're playing to their strong suit, right? It's that high mobility, high damage. Quite like maybe it would be nice to see a different comp from them, but honestly, they've recognized their strength and they're going for it. So.
Also, I see that Miguel Gomez is streaming. Should we go get his POV mod or view? We're not gonna do that. Don't worry. But predictions are closed or closing. Closed. They are closed. So let's see the skin analysis. The Christmas synergy in the bot lane. Darkstar and Mordekaiser. Also, my Mordekaiser skin of choice, Spirit Blossom Ari. Very good. Battlecast Cho'Gath. Honestly, the skin game for Team 3, very strong. But, on Team PORO, you got the 2 IG skins. IG skin line, very good. Syndra with a Bros, pretty good. Steel Dragon, pretty good. Base Lilia, dropping the ball a little bit there, Steve, but it's okay. I'm sure you'll make up for it with your immaculate gameplay. Any interesting runes, summoner choices? Let's see. We got Cleanse on Jinx, makes sense. Yeah, yep. Ignite Flash on Camille, interesting. I mean, personally, when I'm playing Camille, or not, did I say Ignite? TP Flash. Personally, I like going TP Ignite because the hook shot gives you a lot of mobility anyway, and the Ignite really helps in the early lane, secure kills. Oh, just load it in. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, cool. So, I know some people definitely still take the flash on Camille, but personally, I prefer usually the combat some. But it'll be interesting to see if that flash comes up. Well, it looks like Team 3 is going for a cheeky bush stack. I wonder if this will be converted into an invade or not. Looks like Team PORO just spread out. Oh, going for the invade. They see the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's backing off. Looks like nothing too crazy happening.
We have a little bit of a Christmas synergy in the bot lane for T3 as well, I just noticed.
Yes, we do.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like the bot lane of Team PORO Team T3 is waiting in the forward bush to try to get some damage on when the bot lane of Team PORO approaches. I think Team 3 does this a lot in their bot lanes, I think. Did they do that against you guys in our game?
Coming and waiting, yeah. You see a decent amount of that.
There? Yeah.
See a lot of that. I mean, also you're seeing the same thing with Team PORO going in, Thresh wandering to enemy jungle, getting not too deep, but a little bit deep vision, which is pretty good. I know that's always been a struggle, and one of their strong suits too is they're very good at making sure they have vision, they know where you are, and it really helps again with that mobility we've been talking about. They can always see where you are on the map.
Yep. Big damage in the mid lane already for Miguel. Butterfly Soup has already used a potion. Otherwise, though, it doesn't seem like anything too crazy in any of the lanes yet. Oh, trade in the top lane. Camille winning the trade. Although Cho'Gath's passive does allow him to heal up a little bit.
That
Ooh,
top
good
up.
trade. Yeah. Oh, it's just an all-out brawl in the top lane. Ooh, Camille's low. Oh, nice sidestep. Oh, I just see that Cho'Gath just started tier. Interesting. I feel like that's not that standard, but you know, will help get you closer to that Thimble Winter, which will make you very tanky. Both junglers started bot, pad top, finishing their camps around the same time. Maybe we'll see some action around the scuttle.
We see T3 also is having advantage in the bot lane. They're starting to push in and put a little bit of pressure on Team PORO there.
Yep. Oh, looks like a gank from Steve into the top lane. Oh, Camille gets the stun on Cho'Gath. Oh, they get the
Nice.
slow. Oh, big damage. They get the kill. Oh, I don't think they quite get the kill. Oh, I don't think Lieutenant should go back
Mordekaiser's
there.
starting
Yeah.
to rotate up, but actually maybe not so great an idea.
I think he was out if he just kept walking back. Unfortunate. Oh, here's the scuffle for the scuttle. Alex has to be careful. He's getting rotated on by Miguel. Are they gonna go for the fight here? Oh, it looks like they might. Oh, Mordekaiser flashes.
Oh,
Ooh, but
With
Cho'Gath's
the
here.
Cho'Gath from behind, over the wall.
Ooh.
Oh, nice trades.
Nice trades indeed.
Well met, human. Well,
All right. Looks like we have first backs for most of the champions have completed. You see the two longswords on Camille. See the cloth armor and boots for Cho'Gath. We see the Moby boot replacements, which name I forget on the Lilia. So that means Lilia's gonna be just cruising around the map. Symbiotic souls. Ooh, Dario going in, misses the Q. And now the bot lane for Team PORO is walking up. Oh, it lands the hook. Oh, this is dicey. Ooh, oh, okay. Blows flash on Thresh. Exhaust on Braum. So it's a summoner for summoner trade, but, you know. Pretty happy probably to give up the exhaust for a flash there. But Lilia's here for a gank.
Lilia, yeah.
Clearing some vision in the bot lane. Team 3.
Ooh.
Vision
Hook
put
gets
right
thrown
back.
It's gonna be
Oh.
a big battle for vision this game.
Yep. Oh, looks like Cho'Gath and Mordekaiser are taking the Void Grubs, which actually Riot announced today for Season 2, like the Spirit Blossom Rift.
Oh.
There's only going to be 3 Void Grubs, not 6. So, changing...
And Cho'Gath does not make it out. Camille comes in from top lane.
Oh, that's the Camille ult. No Mordekaiser ult yet, so I think
Mordekaiser
he's...
gets
Yeah.
slaughtered too. Ari rotates up, but has to run away quickly. And they go right back to the Void Grubs.
At least Team 3 did get a Void Grub, so not going to be getting a feat there, or a count for a feat, but definitely a
look at the
positive
spot
play.
lane.
Oh, so close on the Thresh there. He just barely limps out. Have to burn the cleanse after a nicely placed Thresh hook.
Yeah, if Jinx was level 6, this would have been a perfect ult.
Still a pretty sizable CS lead for the bot lane. You know, it looks like if their plan was to try to win through bot, you know, that's working out for them so far, and unfortunately, it seems to be the only lane that's working out for them at the moment. But you know, still plenty of game left. Still definitely could change. Starting up Dragon here, it's a nice objective. Although Team PORO is roaming over to respond.
I mean,
Lily
Team
has to
PORO
flash
has
out.
also claimed, which I can't remember the name of the feat of it, the 3-kill feat too. Oh,
Yes.
Feat of Warfare, yes.
Wow, the voice in our head is really helpful. He like knows everything.
Oh, and there goes Mordekaiser.
Ooh, the dragon is killed
Oh,
by Team 3, but the champions are killed by Team PORO.
you see some.
Yeah, already amassed a 3k gold lead for Team PORO. Off to a rough start for Team 3, but again, game's still early, still plenty of game to turn things around. Oh,
Oh, we're
aggressive.
seeing moves in mid lane. They get the kill, or does Miguel get out? Oh,
I think he's probably not getting out, but how long it takes them, and if they
they're
potentially
chasing.
trade,
Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
Flash Munch.
Saw Lilia ran over to think about helping, but it was a little too late. Meanwhile, we see Camille starting to push at the top tower.
Yeah, it looks like they're sending Mordekaiser to stop that push. Cho'Gath should hopefully be able to make it back though before any serious turret damage can be done. Looks like some little light trading in the bot lane. Team 3 is close to getting a plate down there, it seems. Gonna need like another auto attack or so in order to get that plate, but it's what you want to see. You want to see your bot lane pushing. You want to see your bot lane with pressure, getting that CS advantage, gold advantage.
We see Mordekaiser chasing after Syndra mid lane, going for
True double
another.
advantage for Syndra though. This is maybe a little risky, but
I mean, it seems to be working.
looks like it worked. Very nice gank by Mordekaiser.
Yeah, I think that's almost 2 ganks in a row now. Mordekaiser mid,
Yeah.
try and shut down some of Miguel's lead.
They're gonna dive top. Oh, that's risky. Oh. Alright.
Risk-
Honestly, I think Team 3 is pretty happy with that. They get a trade kill there on a gank. And a shutdown, too. I don't think you complain about that. Ooh, the Jinx ult gets the barrier out from Kaisa. Very low here. Mordekaiser's rotating down for the potential dive. Oh, the
but he's
Team PORO has
spotted
to be
on
very
vision.
careful. Yeah. Doesn't look like anyone can really rotate down, though, to help, though. So, oh, but they call off the dive, maybe. I'm surprised. I think...
Look how
they
low that
could've-
Kaisa and she's getting out.
Yeah. Oh, at least they kill the Thresh.
Oh, but Kaisa comes right back in, probably.
Yeah. Kaisa... Oh, no. Oh, it's a horror. Oh, no.
What a trade.
Oh, no. Yeah, and the cross map with the grubs on the top side. Oh, no.
As we
I mean-
see Cho'Gath rotating down, get vision, but quickly runs out.
At the very least... Oh,
But we see top lane, they're collapsing in on that Cho'Gath.
I think the Cho'Gath probably lives. Never mind.
Oh, we're
But,
seeing that high damage already from Syndra.
yeah, I mean, the Void... Is that... No, not Void Staff. It's a Black Fire Torch. That's what it's called now. Yeah, big damage on the Syndra. But, you know... The gold lead is only 2.5k, which is not insurmountable. So, you know, at the very least for Team 3, like, you know, their carry, pretty sizable CS lead, and gold lead on the enemy bot laner. You know, where you would, if you were to have anyone strong on Team Three's team, you know, Jinx is the champion you want to have strong. So at least that part is kind of working in some sense. So definitely possible that if Jinx gets, you know, a reset in a team fight, can definitely kind of like carry the day. But finding that team fight at this point is going to become increasingly difficult. Dragon is up, but no one is rotating towards it quite yet. But maybe Team
think for
Three.
potential
Yeah.
another pick mid lane almost. And clearing vision.
Syndra, you know, definitely is the least mobile champion on the enemy team, I'd say. So it makes sense that your ganks would largely feature going mid.
Oh, we see Team Poros going in. Trying to get vision on that bot river. Take back what Mordekaiser's taken from them. Vision-wise, it's definitely going to be a battle of vision this game. I think both teams are pretty strong with it.
Yep. Team PORO setting up for the dragon, it looks like. 4 strong on the bot side. No TPs up for either top laner, so it's at most going to be a 4v4. Looks like Team 3 is looking to match the drag, so looks like we might be having a drag fight, although both teams seemingly are backing off now, so maybe not. Oh, Daria's looking mid. Getting that vision.
Kogath is under the top tower right now.
Yes, he is. Getting that demolish proc off. Pushing the wave in very hard. This is kind of random, but in the post today where they were talking about the update to Summoner's Rift, they also talked about Otacon, and they're getting rid of the Guardian Angel Otacon, the voracious.
Really?
Yes, sir. They have yet to add a revival mechanic that has lasted a year. They always remove it because it's too broken. So.
And we see T3 now rotating onto Dragon. Team Poro starting to rotate down, see if they can either get a pick or pull them off completely, maybe steal. We see Lilia going in. Oh, it does not quite make the steal.
Similar to the last dragon, where Team 3 gets the dragon, but the fight goes to Team Poro.
Yeah, definitely you're seeing that high damage from multiple angles coming in here.
Yeah.
Especially they got that. Oh, there.
Wow, turning the fight around. Team 3.
And,
very nice Mordekaiser also isolate. Yeah. The Syndra. And honestly, I didn't really see how Ardent died, but I guess looks like Butterfly Soup and Dario, that combo together, outplayed the Kaisa. Very nicely done. Oh, but it does look like at least the compensation for Team Poro is to take the top tower. But that kind of shows a little bit what the team fight for Team 3 might look like. I think they ideally want to protect the Jinx.
Oh, look at that hook on Mordekaiser we have in the mid lane there. Butterfly Soup comes in, helps Mordekaiser get out, but that was a really nice hook from Thresh.
Arlen seems to only get bangers when it comes to his hooks. Yep, looks like a collapse in the top lane. Burns his flash, but honestly, probably should have held on to that one.
You have 4 top. Meal goes back to top tower, but rest of them looking maybe to get Scuttle, maybe even get the Rift Herald here.
Wait, I just realized the Braum passive, when you proc it, like a bunch of poros pop out with this skin. I just realized that. That's sick. That's amazing.
Oh, and T3 gets bot tower.
It's one tower apiece, but the Rift Herald's been started up by Team PORO. And it doesn't look like there's going to be contests, so they can definitely pop that to maybe crack open the mid lane turret and get some more access to the enemy jungle. You can
Looks like
already
they
see
might.
there's some vision, yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna see it mid lane or even maybe top with where Lilia is pathing.
Yeah. Very good counter jungling by Lilia this game so far. You can see a bit of a CS lead for the Team PORO jungler. Looks like they might be looking mid to pop this Rift Herald, although they're going to collapse on Cho'Gath again. Honestly, this is just a really tough game to beat Cho'Gath. Like, Lilia, I feel like is so hard to play. Like, anything that has a lot of mobility and does magic damage against Cho'Gath, it just makes you very sad. So I feel bad for Brendan. This is not a fun game to be playing Cho'Gath. Oh, but looks like
we're
I'm playing
seeing
the
a
bot lane.
collapse. Yeah, collapse
Yeah.
on Larkin.
Oh, what a
Jinx.
lantern by Aura when...
A nice charm from Ari on the Lilia. Unfortunately, Syndra's there too. Can't do much follow up, but it was a good charm. We see Camille's now on the Ari too. And there's a big chase for Braum in the bot lane as well. We have 4 bot.
Oh.
And somehow
Hey, he
Braum
makes it
gets
out.
out.
Oh,
He makes
never
it out.
mind the burn. The burn.
Oh, no.
F in the chat for Braum.
But they hang around. Some of them maybe half health, but they can still kill Cho'Gath. Oh, and a nice Jinx
nice,
rocket.
the
Oh, that
Jinx
was
rocket.
beautiful.
I think that was blind too. Crazy. Very nice.
They do get the bot tower, but they have to retreat because of their health. We see
Camille's
Camille's pushing midline, but
Mordekaiser
being
result?
chased out now.
Arya's flash charm, maybe? Not gonna go for it.
Nope.
Alright, so we're at almost a 5k gold lead for Team PORO. Yeah, things are maybe slipping a little bit for Team 3 here, although they do have the 2 dragons. And, another dragon's about to spawn, so the soul can definitely help equalize that gold difference a little bit. So if they can maybe get this dragon, that's like a threat that Team PORO really has to consider. Ooh, maybe they might have found Lilia here? Oh, that's a kill on Lilia. Really nice pick before the dragon. Ah, but the collapse from Team PORO now, the jungler's life might have cost Team 3 their bot lane. Which also probably makes this dragon contest not super possible anymore. Oh no. Oh no, poor Brendan. You hate to see it. Team PORO starting up the dragon. Stopping that dragon's stacking by Team 3. Barring any heroics from Alex, looks like this is just going to go over to Team PORO. Otacon is up. I don't see... It's the purple Otacon, which I don't know which Otacon that is, but maybe the voices in my head knows. Got it. Alright, the voices in my head has informed me that it's the not GA1, which is good. Nicole, what timestamp is your stream at? You said you were behind?
Yeah, I'm at 21:30. I'm a full 10 seconds behind right now.
You might be able to, on the scoreboard, there's like a speed up and slow down. You might be able to crank up the speed up. There you go. And I think it should slow back down once you get to like live, quote unquote. So. Yeah, I'm at 22:05, 6, 7.
Yep, okay.
Right now.
I'm back up to speed, thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, collapse on Mordekaiser.
Ooh,
Nice
Mordekaiser
sweep.
roll, potentially. Oh, just a little too little damage. Oh, he just barely gets out. Oh, I like the idea there. Just a little too little damage. Would have been a nice trade if he could have landed it. Unfortunate. I like the attempt though. Gold lead has stayed pretty constant though over the past couple minutes, so you know, for Team 3, that's what you want to see. Because you definitely scale nicely into the late game. So if you can make it there, you don't mind your chances.
You see
Shogun?
Team PORO on Otacon.
And just, because Lilia does a disgusting amount of damage, they don't even need 2 of their members. So Team 3 doesn't probably even know that Otacon has been taken. Although I guess they know now.
Just weren't expecting it. It looks like Cho'Gath is.
Ooh, Cho'Gath.
Oh,
nice shutdown for the
pick.
Jinx. This is a pretty good fight setup if they can get some kills.
Oh, and they're beating back Team PORO.
Yeah, that's
We see
could be. Oh, that's 2
Kaisa
kills.
barely
That's
makes
pretty
it out
good.
alive.
Kaisa had to burn Flash there to get away from the Jinxel. I mean that for Team 3, like that's not a bad consolation prize. You get a nice shutdown onto your Jinx.
Yeah,
I mean Jinx is.
and PORO got a Cho'Gath flash, a Braum flash too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, Baron's coming up shortly, and if you look at the gold, the Jinx still has a very small gold lead against the Kaisa. So, your Jinx is definitely a strong champion, and definitely can lay out the damage. Not quite at 3 items yet, unfortunately, but has that, BF sword and the pickaxe. So very close to the Infinity Edge, and that's going to be a really big spike. When Jinx completes that, you're definitely hoping that you can get that item before Baron spawns, so you can have the best chance if a fight breaks out there. And you can also see that the gold lead has become a little bit smaller. It's down to only 3.5k from 5k a couple minutes ago. So that's the direction Team 3 wants to see the gold going. Although
and
it
we
looks like
see
a pick, yeah.
Ari gets picked in the bot lane. It was a nice sleep from Lilia. F in the chat for Ari.
Probably gonna get this bot tower too, with the Void Grubs and the Camille Lilia. That's a lot of tower damage for sure. Oh, but looks like maybe a fight in the top lane? Or not quite a fight,
Oh.
looks like a pick on Dario.
Essentially, but we see a W from Kaisa moving in the back.
Oh, although it looks like the Braum might get out. Ooh, looks like we're...
Oh, but Camille's here as well. Braum does not make it out. Team PORO is tanking tower, but they managed to get out regardless.
Well, they have to be careful.
Oh, except for the
Ooh.
Jinx. Oh,
That's
beautiful.
a big shutdown. Big shutdown. It finishes the Infinity Edge. That's what you wanted to see before this Baron. And Dragon spawning right now, too. Yeah, there's a small window right now where Kaisa's down, Dragon's up. I don't think Team 3 is necessarily going to be able to do much about it, but
Oh, and a
my
beautiful
God.
charm
Beautiful
with
pick.
Ari shutting down that.
Oh, what a sleep, though. I think that's a kill onto the Ari, maybe a kill onto the Jinx, too. Oh, but no, the
Oh, but
Cho'Gath
Camille's
TP.
caught out.
Oh, I think this is Baron. Very nicely done. They took the window that was present from the Kaisa being down to force a fight, get some picks, and it's really paid off dividends.
They're still looking to see if maybe they can catch out Lilia, but she is pretty fast, so they're giving up on chasing Mordekaisers on Dragon while the other team's down.
Yeah, this is big. I mean, they're gonna put themselves in soul point with this Dragon.
Yeah. Kaisa takes the opportunity while they're doing Dragon, see if she can push on that top tower, but
This looks gonna be a pick
Jinx is coming to match her. A nice pick onto Lilia.
They might be able to go to Baron. I think they might just go straight to Baron. Larkin has a bounty. Yeah, this Jinx is definitely really strong. Ooh, he gets the slow on Kaisa, but doesn't going for it. Makes sense. Probably senses that a Thresh could eventually be in the area.
Oh, a flash on Thresh to get
Oh,
that Jinx.
gets the cleanse. That's a big summoner to be down right before a potential Baron fight. And do we have Hex Flash on the Thresh? I don't think we do. So that flash is just going to be down with nothing else to really compensate for it being down. But probably, at this point in the game, a support sum for an ADC sum is probably always worth it. Nice Lantern to get the Syndra out there to safety. Ari just TP bot to get to save the tower. That might give a window to Team PORO to look towards this Baron because the Camille. Huh? Ooh, yeah, Team 3 still has a little vision on the Baron. The pink ward did not get one of the wards. So they'll know if the Baron is being started up. Oh, not anymore. Getting sweeped. But I think we have to really look out here for this Camille Ari, TP imbalance.
Yeah. That's where I have my eye on bot lane right now as Ari tries to defend the tower from Camille, but Camille's leaving, maybe going to push mid tower if it can. Maybe even get a pick on Cho'Gath as he's by himself.
Yeah, Cho'Gath has to be careful. It looks like his team is pinging him off. Looks like he'll get out. Yeah, I guess neither team is quite going for the Baron yet, but we, peer over at the gold difference right now. It's closing in on like 2.5K. Like it's getting a lot smaller. But a fight breaks out near Baron.
And Cho'Gath gets cooked and caught out again. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
that was a nice Mordekaiser pull there too. Yeah, that is their strong suit, is getting those picks and hooking them into the team fight.
Oh, there's
They see Lilia makes a run for it.
Kaisa is still untouched, but the exhaust is potentially really scary. Oh, the charm on Camille. Oh, that should be a
Charm
dead
on Camille. Oh.
That is a dead Camille. What is it? So it's a 4v4 at the moment.
Oh, and the Jinx rocket barely mentions
the
Thresh.
snipe.
But Lilia does
snipe.
get the snipe on the Braum. A shutdown to the Jinx from Syndra. Oh, it's a slaughter.
Oh, wow! Really back and forth team fight until it wasn't.
I mean, that's again where the high damage, unfortunately, is coming to get Team 3 right now.
Cho'Gath is hungry. Oh,
but Cho'Gath is hungry. Cho'Gath is hungry. They do unfortunately get the tower, but Cho'Gath pushes them off with nice jumps. Team PORO makes their retreat. They'll come back fighting again. Hopefully Cho'Gath's a little less hungry next time.
Yep. And crazy thing is, no Baron was taken, so we're.
No Baron's taken, and Jinx is back up, and I'm sure they're gonna beeline straight for it.
Yeah, we're queued up for another fight just like that. Interestingly, it looks like everyone reset on Team PORO besides Lilia. So if Team 3 were to start up a Baron right now, Lilia would be on the wrong side of the map and chunked. But it doesn't look like they're going for it. Dragon's also spawning in 40 seconds. And, again, this is a soul for Team 3 potentially. I think if they do pick up this Mountain Soul, that'll really, really help to mitigate some of the burst damage on Team PORO. So definitely really, really threatening possibility there that Team 3 has. Oh, but Jinx may be caught out.
Flash from the Camille to catch out the Jinx. Jinx makes it out, but does get Lilia slowed. Oh.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser ult saves Jinx. Oh, very nice fight.
And we're getting a TP in.
Oh, that's not the TP you want to see from Miguel. Larkin's not dead. And that's
Larkin
Soul.
Jinx
Team
makes it
3.
out with a sliver of health. Team 3 gets that dragon. You see Kai'Sa's moving into their base, however, while they get that dragon. Jinx backs to try and save the inhib. But Lilia's pushing top tower at the same time. You're seeing a battle of Kai'Sa v Braum here.
Braum was not able to get the Poros. Unlucky. Oh, is Cho'Gath caught out again? He has his Jinx there, so probably
Yeah,
can't.
you also have Kai'Sa coming in from behind, perhaps Thresh too. Careful.
Rumble for the Baron. Although, you know, Mountain Soul, very, very big. Helps with the survivability for Team 3. Oh, clearing out some vision by Cho'Gath. Got collapsed on, but he's a tanky boy at this point. He has 3 items.
Tanky boy, and he's got Braum coming in too. Oh, Miss Ol up. Get nice Mordekaiser damage
I
here.
think Team 3 has the fight. The late TP from the Camille. Jinx untouched. Ahri untouched. Mordekaiser untouched. Like, this is looking kind of dicey for Team PORO at this point. It seems though that Team 3 is still not quite willing to go in on the Baron. Oh, Rocket just misses onto the Lilia. But that surely is all they needed to start up this Baron. Chunking out the jungler should be unable to contest. Although,
Blue buff for the
looks like
fight.
they're starting again.
And Thresh gets caught out. Pays for it.
I think Team 3 should be able to start up this Baron. And I think we're going to see the gold lead invert in a little bit. Their Baron
Lilia's
take
looking
is
for
very
any
quick.
opportunity to potentially steal or snipe, even get a pick, but Ahri is keeping him off that, or keeping her off that for now. Oh, and the Jinx rocket narrowly
maybe a
misses
little
the
bit
Lilia.
Too deep of a chase, unfortunately. And they're committing, I think they're committing too hard. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, they got the Baron, but they've tried to take a fight afterwards they did not need to take. Now they're lost 4 out of 5 Barons.
But
And they do get
Mordekaiser
to-
does pick off Lilia for a double
Yeah, and Team PORO holds on to their gold lead. Only 1 Baron on Team 3. I think they're going to want that fight back.
Oh, and while we have 4 out of 5 down for T3, we see Team PORO starting to push in, collapse on that base there.
They can maybe push
Cho'Gath.
here. Cho'Gath is very careful.
Luckily,
they're gonna back
Braum's
off.
up, so they're all starting to back off because we have about 10 seconds till many are respawning, so they're not going to be able to push too much farther. We still have a bit of time till the next objective. Elder Dragon's not spawning for another 3 minutes.
Camille has to be careful. It doesn't look like they'll be able to catch up. This is definitely this exciting game. Very back and forth. I think both teams definitely have a chance to win this one. Say it again. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think things are going to be relatively calm until the Elder spawns in 2 minutes, and I would have to imagine that the winner of the Elder fight probably will be able to end the game pretty quickly after, but I think teams will be fighting on pretty even footing for that Elder fight. I mean, if we look at the gold leads, there's not a particularly large gold difference in any of the lanes. Besides, Camille has a little bit more gold than the Cho'Gath, but honestly, at this point in the game, like your 3-item Cho'Gath is super tanky, so you don't really feel that much of a difference in the golds. I would say. So, pretty even fight. It's just going to be more about like the macro and the setup for the dragon, I'd say.
That and seeing if they can get a pick anywhere they can. Attempt to get a pick on Ari. She does get out. She does have to use her ultimate.
Oh, looks like a fight in the top lane. Oh, but the Thresh Lantern. Oh, but maybe still get. Oh,
Lily is not in
barely
the fight
gets
yet,
out.
but she's running up.
Oh, but Team PORO's kind of split. I think this is
Oh,
potentially a pretty good fight for Team
Look at
3. And
that
Jinx is just free
damage.
firing over the wall. Yeah. I think
oh my! I think this might be a
this is
Elder
game.
Dragon 2-2-3. Yep, double
This
kill
is
on the
game,
Jinx.
I think.
And Mordekaiser chases down the Camille. Will he get her? He does. It was a beautiful, beautiful pull there.
Oh, Lily is still up. Never mind. Probably not game. But Elder spawning in 30. I mean, that's definitely Elder.
They do have to take a minute, push out those super minions in base, but
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point in the game where Jinx is in her happy place. You know, if she can free fire in a fight like that, they're Team PORO's gonna have a really tough time winning team fights. And they don't really have a tank, so they don't really have anyone that wants to sit there and tank the Jinx damage. So that is the one thing. Like, their comp is really strong in the early to mid game, but by this point in the late game, like, you probably would rather have the comp of Team 3.
and Lilius trying to sneak into base, maybe even get a tower while they do Elder. Team 3 does claim Elder, beautiful. Lilius pushing top tower though, that they're gonna have to back quickly for that.
Oh, but it looks like the backs were stopped a little bit. At least some of them were. So Lily's gonna get this dragon pretty, or not dragon, this turret pretty much scot-free. Now, you'd have to imagine that Team 3 is going to be able to parlay this Elder into a Baron. And maybe there won't be a ton of action before that, but, you know, with the Baron, it's looking pretty good for Team 3.
You see Jinx purchase Guardian Angel, that'll be...
Oh, we know about that GA. Although, if you look at the vision that Team PORO has around the Baron, like, they have the entire jungle of Team 3 lit up. So, you know, once again, showing one of their strengths, that they're really good at laying down that vision throughout the map. So, you know, if there's any angle for them...
Oh, T3 is careful here. Lily
find
is
it.
coming in from back, but maybe Mordekaiser catches her.
Yeah, I don't think you really want to be going for these kind of engagements when they have Elder up. Although...
He does distract their push though, even for a little bit.
That's true. Lilia is super fast, so Lilia just gets to run out, I guess. Very nice. So yeah, that definitely does stifle their push a little bit. Not gonna get another tower, probably. Camille's also still pushing in the bot lane.
T3's inhibs are respawning now. However, I don't think they're gonna be alive much longer if they can't stop that Camille. Although Butterfly Soup's doing a beautiful job of getting her off that tower.
Big damage for sure. Coming through for the Ahri. Almost full build. Now, the Baron is spawning, but, Team 3 has to back to defend their base and to get some resets in, I guess, and spend some gold. So, the setup around the Baron is basically all Team PORO. Oh, a nice sidestep by Steve there. But, you know, the Jinx is full build, and the Kai'Sa isn't. So, again, this is definitely, like, in Jinx's
and Braum
hands.
gets Thresh hooked. Very nice hook. Throwing in some hooks, seeing if they can get anything, but fortunately doesn't turn into a pick.
They don't have Elder Dragon anymore, right? Yeah, so it's an even fight. Gold basically even. Staring each other down in the mid lane, as God intended. Very tense. Both teams can feel the weight of, one misstep, one misplay. It probably ends the game here. No one pulling the trigger quite yet.
Yeah.
A lot of fishing.
PORO's creeping forward.
Oh, the Braum flash forward engage. Oh, and they instantly burst the Syndra. Oh, the Jinx is untouched. Kaisa got ulted.
Untouched, just constantly laying on the damage. There goes the Kaisa.
Game.
It is game. Now we see Team 3's push towards mid. Literally, it does land a really nice bowling ball, but fortunately, won't quite stop their push on the tower.
Odds bleed. Very well played to Team 3, And what I think is most impressive about this win is it's not like they snowballed an early game lead into winning. Like no, they
there was a good portion of the game. They were at least 3k gold behind, but they've completely, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, they hunkered down, scaled for the late game, and just out team fought them, which is very, very impressive, showing the people that it can be done. Wow, now this is an exciting series. Maybe we're gonna see perhaps the biggest upset of the tournament thus far.
Pat yourself on the back. Your caster curse hasn't hurt yet.
It's true.
That's why I said yet.
Wow, what an exciting game 1. Game 3 taking out the win. Now, I think it'll also be really interesting to see if the draft for Game 2 is now going to be any different. Because, Team PORO hasn't really had to show anything different or new since the beginning of the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see if they have any adaptations to pull out now that they've been handed their first loss at the hands of Team 3.
I'm interested to see how the bans might change after this one.
Exactly. I will be right back.
A single person stream. Oh. It was a very interesting game 1. I'm definitely excited to see game 2. I think these are both really great teams. I mean, experiencing it firsthand, these teams both their strengths in both vision and aggressive plays and in team fights especially have been paying off, and you're seeing that even with Team 3's plays this past game. Even when you didn't expect maybe them to pull through. I mean, again, like we said, there is a 3k gold lead on Team PORO's side, and yet they still pulled through. You really couldn't tell that Team 3 was technically behind that way. They really engaged well with their team fights and took advantage of their comp, their protected Jinx comp. Jinx was firing over the wall, and look where it got them. They ended up getting game 1. We'll see into game 2 how that goes. As for picks and bans, I'm really curious to see how it will change. We've been talking about how Team PORO has basically had a very similar comp every single game they've played. I wonder if they're going to try and take away any of those champs, and or if it will even make that much of a difference. I know a lot of them have well-rounded champ pools, and if they take one away, then you're giving something else. So it'll be interesting to see how that might change after that game 1, if they're feeling about taking away any of those champs that they're comfortable on. as well as even looking Team 3's way. Are they going to take away Jinx, or are they going to give Larkin maybe another one of his comfort ADCs? You know, he does have some very nice champ pool, ranging from more backline champions like Jinx or with high mobility, or Caitlyn, versus more aggressive ADCs. Quite the games we have. Now I'll take a short break to mention our sponsor, Blue Corn Tortilla Chips. Crispy, crunchy goodness. And blue. Very important. Don't forget, get your Blue Corn Tortilla Chips. Available at your local Stop and Shop.
You
Or
know,
ShopRite, if you prefer.
last week at the cafeteria at JP Morgan, potato chips swapped out for blue corn tortilla chips, and it made me think of all the amazing moments we've had.
They've been watching our stream.
Yeah, exactly, in Gamer City League history. All right.
Do you think they're gonna swap out any bans in game 2?
That's a good question.
What are you looking to see? Any changes you'd like to see in comps, or?
I don't know necessarily if any changes in bans are necessarily going to happen, but I definitely think Team PORO might swap out the champs and the they're picking, because I do think that, like, while very much they're like, you know, everyone has damage and everyone's threatening comp is really nice in the early game and the mid game, and like makes team fighting in that part of the game a lot easier. Kind of, it shows its limitations once you get to the late game, where like, you know, once Mordekaiser has enough items to be kind of tanky, or Choke has enough items to be kind of tanky, like the fighting becomes really hard for Team Poro. So I'm wondering if maybe, I know that, like, for example, Carlos has played the Ornn before. I wonder if maybe they put him on an Ornn so they have, you know, kind of a tank of their own to match into the team fight and, you know, provide some heal for their ADC or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just really interested to see what Poro has cooked up besides, you know, what they've already shown. Because again, they really haven't had to show a ton. They've been able to play kind of the same stuff and just win. So it'll be interesting to see what else they prepared.
I'm curious if they're going to take away that Seraphine again, because I think that Ari was a very good pick for Butterfly Soup. I think she really showed a strong skill set that last game there. I'm wondering if they give it to her again, or they maybe let the Seraphine through. But she's strong on both champs, seems like. So
Yes, for sure, for sure. Let's see. I think I saw some questions in the chat earlier. I see a question from Zurok. If I have a favorite subclass from the new patch 8 of Baldur's Gate 3. Well, I think my opinion on the subclasses from the new patch is no secret. I'm a big Warlock fan, so I think the Hexblade Warlock is definitely the most exciting for me. But I think they all look really fun, enjoyable. I think it's really cool that even like almost 2 years later, they're still adding a lot of nice content. So very cool. Looks like we have the draft link, so perhaps the draft of game 2 will be starting shortly. Still waiting at the moment. Looks like draft has started. I'll have to get back to your question later, Captain Euphonium. All right, Malphite ban first. You know, makes sense. Not a surprise there. I'm honestly not expecting any of the bans to change a ton, but maybe they'll ban the Jinx instead of some of the other ADCs they were banning. Yeah, LeBlanc ban, the same. Seraphine ban, yeah. So far, same bans. Cassiopeia
Yep.
ban, yep.
No surprises here.
Not yet. Mordekaiser ban.
Mordekaiser
Alright.
ban. It's fair.
I mean, I think Mordekaiser definitely is a really strong pick. Especially it's like the kind of team comp that they played last game. So, you know, if they're planning on maybe playing something similar, I can understand the Mordekaiser pick or ban for sure. And the Nocturne ban. So same bans from Team 3 and swapping out the something for the Mordekaiser. So. Ooh, the first
The
pick.
main first pick
Vayne.
for PORO.
Now, do we think this is top, or do we think this is bot, or do we think it's a flex pick?
But they give the Galio
Yes.
to
So it was the
T3.
Galio for Mordekaiser swap out. All right, fair enough. Kind of smelling like probably even more of a protect the hyper carry comp coming out for T3 this time. If they're going to pick Galio instead of the Ari. So I think we have to watch out for that. I think they might be picking a very similar style. Oh, the Lee Sin.
A classic. Classic for T3.
Yep.
I'm not really sure if we can really call if it's Vayne top or bot yet.
I don't think we can. I think Carlos is the kind of man to potentially play some Vayne in the top lane, so. Maybe it's going to go mid into the Galio. I'm pretty sure, I think that's what Caps picked it into all those years
Gwen.
ago.
I think that tells you about top potentially.
Well, Gwen can also go jungle, but yes, probably most
That's
likely
very
top.
true. And Steve shows he's got a pretty wide champ pool jungle wise.
It's true. Maybe Team PORO doesn't even know where those champions are going yet.
Pick them now, figure it out later. Oh, Leona. Oh, I love Leona. Love to see her getting played on the Rift.
Hell yeah.
And that's
And,
another
oh.
strong engage for the Jaka bot lane, of course.
Yes, sir. And the Braum support once again. I mean, the Braum definitely very strong.
Once again, but on the other team. Well, no, it is on this team. My bad.
Yep.
A strong last game. I'm sure it'll be strong again this game. Dario showed that he could really play it well. Especially with all the roams, he really managed to do a lot with Braum. Which is what you like to see with your support.
Yep.
A Moo ban, Jinx ban. Not really surprised to see the Jinx ban after last game.
Makes sense to me too.
Lilia.
Not surprising either. I think the Lilia definitely strong.
Lilia
And this
Cho'Gath
Cho'Gath.
ban coming on Team PORO side.
Now, that's a little surprising because I think Gwen is actually a pretty good matchup into Cho'Gath, so I think he'd probably be fine if you picked Cho'Gath. But they ban it nonetheless. I mean, fair enough. The Cho'Gath munch is definitely annoying.
Let's see here what T3 picks first. Do we think they're gonna pick their ADC? Or do we think they're gonna pick top? Get Kale.
Oh ho ho ho.
Oh, and the Ari goes to Team PORO?
Yeah, I mean, Miguel's a very strong Ari. Now, the Kale top is... That's a pick. I mean, that's a very tough laning phase. But I guess it kind of, mirrors what they had earlier. Like a very protect the hyper carry
We
Team
see
comp.
Rammus coming in for the jungle pick on Team PORO.
Yeah,
I think we've got some. He's got some potential targets. So they do have a good amount of tank though. So
that's true. But yeah, definitely for the Kale and whatever ADC Larkin is gonna have to pick.
yeah,
let's
I think
pick,
they're
like,
gonna probably after
Blake.
last game. I wouldn't be surprised if the goal this game is
Kog'Maw.
run into the ADC Kog'Maw.
Yeah, that's another hyper carry like Jinx. A little less mobile. To be protected a little bit harder, but the Galio is definitely more protection to this game than what they had last game. So, I can see the logic there. Yeah, definitely a different team comp for Team 3. And
Yeah, again, T3 is still running that protect the ADC comp. It's slightly different, but they've shown that it works. I've seen with Team PORO though that I feel like they're leaning even more so into that try and get a pick. You see with like Gwen for instance, Ari, Rammus, they're trying to get into that back line and get the Larkin basically. Especially even so with like Vayne, she doesn't need as much protection as well because especially with her ultimate. So they're leaning more towards how can I pick off the other team rather than how can I protect my ADC. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, so I definitely can see like the double threat idea of having both the Kale and the Kog'Maw, but I think the worry there potentially is that like it's kind of hard to protect both of the carries at the same time. And to be fair, Kale with the Kale ult has a lot of kind of self appeal in that sense, and self protection. So not that it's necessarily super easy to kill Kale, or not as easy to kill Kale as it is for like kind of other immobile hyper carries, but I do think that means like the ease of execution is definitely on Team Poro's side. I think that their team comp is sort of easier to play out. And like the Rammus pick, I think is also like if Rammus can find a nice taunt on the Kale or Kog'Maw, I think they probably should just die instantly. So, yeah, that's something you have to look out for, I think, for Team 3. But they showed that they could play the protect the hyper carry comp last game, so they're just trying to do more of the same this game. I'm very excited for this game. I think after Team 3 has shown that they can take a game, I think it kind of just puts the whole series in a completely different light. Like they've shown the world that it's possible.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be a very big game too. Just to see how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, game 2.
Loading onto the Rift. Again, I do like that this time Team Poro has drafted the tank in the Rammus. So I think that their late game team fight should be a little bit more manageable than maybe it was last game because they do have kind of that frontliner that can tank the damage that's being laid out by Team 3. And I think also just like the Rammus engage plus like Leona ult, the layering there, like they have a really nice CC chain that they can
Yeah,
potentially
it's
use
pretty
to,
strong.
yeah,
And they've shown they can execute that very well with that CC chain.
definitely. Yeah, they've definitely shown that they can play that out. So, um, yeah, definitely will be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm also going to be very interested to see how Brendan plays out the early lane top because, the whole reason why Kale is balanced is that Kale's early laning phase is abysmal. So Gwen, Gwen should have an advantage in the early laning phase in the top lane. So it'll be interesting to see because Gwen is a very strong scaling champion herself. So it'll be interesting to see if Team PORO is able to snowball it out through the top lane. If I was Rammus on that team, I would definitely be pathing towards top as
Yeah,
much as I could.
my thoughts exactly. Try and, really force that Kale back under tower, force them to play as safe as possible.
Yep,
When you already have not a strong lane state at the beginning against a Gwen, is really going to take away that advantage of trying to snowball in multiple lanes. Um,
yeah, and let's see, what about the other lanes? So I think the Galio Ari, I think that should be a pretty like inert lane. I don't think we would expect a ton to be happening there. Like I don't think the Galio necessarily has a ton of kill pressure on the Ari, and the Ari definitely does not have a ton of kill pressure on the Galio. In the bot lane, I think Kog'Maw has like the range advantage. I think when paired with Braum, there's definitely some threat there, but also there's some because of Kog'Maw's sort of uh, lack of mobility. There's definitely some vulnerability to ganks there too. So
Vulnerability ganks and also lockdown from the engage of Leona,
yeah,
which will help that Vayne get in there and do some damage. So
definitely. Um, so um, yeah, I think Steve on Rammus is definitely gonna be kind of a decider in the early game of if he can get some good ganks in to help set his lanes up. I think that'll really put his team up for success. But if he's not able to find a huge impact in the early game, then I think Team 3 might be able to scale kind of nicely into the mid and late game, and that's that's when their comp's truly going to shine. And looks like we're in 3, 4,
4,
5,
5.
6. All right, cool. All right, so we're in, and um,
Let's
looks
see it.
like Team 3 has pinged. Looks like they're just fanning out.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see another
Yeah.
bush jump this time.
Although
But you never know.
they looks like they are going to one of their advanced bushes. That seems to be a pretty common strategy like they employ. I feel like that might be like Dario's thing. I think Dario's really into these kind of strategies. So they're always finding another bush to hide out in and hopefully get some damage to start off the lane. Pretty standard fan out by Team PORO though. Again, another interesting call out I'd like to say. So, Kale, TP, not Ghost. Gwen, Flash, TP, no Ghost, no Ignite. I feel like personally, if you're playing like the Kale, I mean, there's kind of two minds. Like if you really want that like combat efficiency, I think you can go Ghost to try to eke out that extra sort of like kiting. But if you're trying to maybe fulfill the more traditional top lane role where you're going to try to, be in different places on the map and TP. Oh, it looks like we have a skirmish in the bot lane.
I can't say I feel like they kind of expected it. You see Leona
Yeah.
walk right up to that bush, see if she could get a stun on them, but
Sure.
unfortunately took some damage as well. Nice little trade at the beginning there. We're seeing some trading in the mid lane too. Galio's already at half health, unfortunately. But Ari's taking some damage as well.
Yep, and you can see the Gwen in the top lane definitely
Look at that lane pressure.
has the pressure, what you'd expect. Yep. I mean, kind of maybe what would be expected. You know, bot lane for Team 3 has push, and then the other two lanes for Team PORO has push. You know, and the bot lane definitely like the range comparison from the ADCs. I feel like can generally tell you who's going to get pushed in the lane. And in this case, ooh,
Oh, that was Alio
nice
game.
knockout. Yeah, by Butterfly Soup. So no surprises, I think, in who has Prio. Ooh, I see the Cole for Kale. I think that makes sense for sure. Not really looking to get any kills or anything like that in lane or do much of anything besides kill some minions. So.
Alio walking into the enemy jungle, spots the Rammus, gets some nice vision there.
Yep.
Interesting to see where the Lee Sin kind of hovers after camps, or where he's going to be looking to gank. I feel like maybe even bot lane does have that prio, so maybe trying to further that. Or potentially also even trying to help relieve some of that pressure on top lane with Kale.
Oh, Leona goes in with the stun on the Kog'Maw.
Ooh, and an exhaust on the Vayne.
Yeah. Another stun. Pretty even trades. Oh, someone just
a flash. 2 flashes.
Oh.
A third flash. Lee
Vayne
Sin's
is
caught,
probably.
and
Oh, Vayne gets out.
Vayne gets out, but first blood goes to the Braum.
Very
A nice kill on Leona. A nice support skirmish we have there.
Yep.
And a nice rotate from Lee Sin as well to put some pressure.
Pretty much all the sums for
Galio...
Team 3 bot were burned there, besides the cleanse on Kog'Maw. But very nice kill. Nice first blood.
Ton of pressure top lane. Galio's trying to hold their own. Unfortunately, Ahri does do a lot of damage, so there's a lot of chunking there. Not too surprised to see that. Gwen's also pushing in on top.
But the Ahri roaming top potentially dive. Oh, he's stacking the wave. This is tough. But not pushing it in fast enough to get that dive.
One misstep, his life is forfeit.
I definitely could have gotten that dive, I think. Maybe he will still get it. Not too much excitement since that first blood in the bot lane, but if we as soon as I say that, big trades in the mid lane. Oh, and Lee Sin's there for the
Lee
gank.
Sin gets charmed, but he does land that Q, and
does
Ahri get out? Ahri heals.
He holds his flash too. Wow.
Oh, that was a nice one.
Oh, and Kale just hit level 6, so the weakest part of the game for Kale has ended. Not that he's much stronger at this point, but the range definitely really helps. So this lane setting. And as the voices in my head has just pointed out, the Kale picked up a tier on that first back. So we have Cole tier, which is it'll be interesting to see if he's building this into an item or if he's just buying it for like the lane sustaining. I think the Gwen can probably dive here, or even if Gwen just turns
look
up the
at
ult.
True, but you see in mid lane too, we got some nice back and forth. Galio just did a nice chunk of damage on the Ahri.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, Galio kind of does an obnoxious amount of damage for a champion that builds full tank.
Oh, look at that knock up. The taunt too. Fortunately, it looks like Ahri still lives again, but just barely. Same with the Kale.
Oh my god,
Gwen
Miguel's
goes
a
in with the
madman.
engage.
He's staying.
Oh, Gwen flashes under tower, but Kale ults. Oh, and unfortunately,
Oh my god.
unfortunately, Galio
Oh,
gets
geez.
hit by the Ahri. Nice bait by the Ahri under tower for the Galio, and ends up paying for it.
Oh, so close on the Galio. Like Team
Yeah.
3's bot lane's pushing in again. CS lead has maintained about a 10 CS lead for Kog'Maw in the bot lane, which is what you like to see for your hyperscaling ADC. So I guess Kale is going AD, which, I mean, I'm not a Kale expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I was under the impression that like AP Kale is probably just 90% of the time stronger than AD Kale, and especially when you don't have an AP source, a source of AP damage on your team otherwise. I'm a little surprised that he would be going AD here. So I
Yeah,
think
usually you're gonna see like a lot of the time you're gonna see Kale going like Blade of the Ruin King.
yeah, you definitely
Whether,
can see
you
it.
know,
Well,
like
yeah,
a
there you
mixed
go.
damage, you know, against his Rage Blade.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely is a build that exists, but I would honestly more, especially with like considering the AD to AP breakdown of Team 3, I would expect kind of the full AP, like Nashor's Tooth, Death Cap, like Riftmaker, like that kind of build. Because yeah, exactly. Because like otherwise, you're basically a full AD team into Rammus, which is like not ideal. So definitely a little surprised here. But I guess we'll see. Yeah, we see the needlessly large rod picked up for Gwen, and as we saw earlier in that trade, like Gwen is definitely still a lot stronger than the Kale at this point.
Up and Team PORO is looking to see if they can get that dragon. We do have bot lane for T3 rotating up. Rammus is doing buff right now, probably gonna rotate shortly, see if they can steal. Ahri is rotating as well. See if there's any way they can steal, get a pick. Leona ult on the dragon. And PORO comes in, tries to steal the dragon, unfortunately doesn't get it. Does get Larkin's flash though. Ooh, and Leona flashes, catches, gets him right back.
And that is
He also
two.
got a pick. Yeah, nice pick on the Braum as well. It's two to get dragon, but pay 2 in their bot lane.
Yep. do you pay the 2? I guess Team 3 did pay the 2.
To draw a dragon.
Draw dragon, yeah. So honestly, pretty similar game state to what we saw. Yeah, a little greedy maybe by Steve there, but you know, gold lead for Team PORO, but an early dragon for Team 3, and you know, their Kog'Maw hyper carry is in a pretty decent spot.
Kale's seemingly holding up despite the challenges as well. Top lane.
I think honestly, I'm a little surprised. I feel like maybe you know the Kale's reaching a little bit HP at this point. You can't do it, but honestly,
Leona ult.
in the bot
Engage.
lane.
It looks
I
like
think this
Kog'Ma's
is a dead
not gonna make
Kog'Ma.
it. Yeah.
This is a dead void dog.
Oh, and the Vayne condemns the Braum right out of.
I think unfortunately they probably weren't going to get a kill there, but nice collapse by Carlos. Oh, they get
And
the
Charm gets that Lee Sin.
Lee Sin.
Now they're moving on to the Galio. Does Butterfly Suit make it out? Hopefully, although Ari does have that mobility, but a nice taunt from the Galio to keep her off.
Yep. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, I guess since I'm a top laner, I'd be interested in opining on this matchup. I think when you have the Kale at like 1/3 HP or below on Gwen, and you have your ults up, I feel like you should just throw your ults out to try to get the Kale ult. Because I think if Kale doesn't have ult, you can dive and kill the Kale with like just one rotation of your fully stacked Q. So I think Carlos should be looking to really like play super aggressively and try to get that Kale ult out early, and then go for a re-engage, re-dive after the fact. But looks like there's a gank coming in the top lane, so maybe we'll be seeing a nice kill
Ooh,
on
flash. Kale ult, but
yep.
unfortunately not enough with that Rammus engage. We see
Nice
some big damage in the bot lane too, as they trade off.
Fancy feet by Ardit.
Yeah. Dario does make it out, but Leona's stun on the
catches the
Kog'Ma, and
Kog'Ma.
Kog'Ma is dead once again.
Although, maybe the Vayne is traded. Looks like the Vayne is traded. That pesky Kog'Ma passive. Would you look at that? Yep. I mean, that is quite the gold lead in the top lane. I mean, kind of expected though, to be honest, right? Because Kale, obviously, kind of a weak laning phase. Gwen, pretty big lane bully. So, for Team PORO, you're pretty happy that lane is kind of going as you'd want it to go, / expect it to go. But as we saw last game, the scaling factor is definitely in favor of Team 3, so if they can make it to the late game. Okay, so it looks like Kale's first item is going to be a Rage Blade.
Okay, that's not.
Yep, I'm going to look it up on...
You'll probably see a Rage Blade into Nashor's Tooth.
Yeah, I'm just genuinely curious what the build is. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
complete
an
speed of
option.
warfare.
Definitely an option to go Rage Blade first. Alright, fair enough.
Seeing trading across all lanes, not bad.
Yep. And the dragon will be spawning in 15 seconds, so...
Oh, a gank mid lane. Rammus comes in. We got an Ari charm on the Galio. Does Galio get out? Looks like it.
Yeah, they chunk the Galio. Galio's a tanky boy, so... I think this is a dive.
We see top lane
yep,
too. Dive gets
Yeah.
that kill. Solo bolo in top lane.
Yep. And the first tower taken down by Carlos. Ooh, Braum ults just barely misses the Vayne. I think Team 3 is going to have a tough time contesting the dragon. But maybe they're going in, or they get the slow on the Vayne. But with the Braum Q missing, not going to be any follow-up there.
Also have to be careful with the Team PORO lingering around as they try and get dragon. Oh, but there's an engage here.
Oh, nice cleanse by Larkin.
Kog'Ma cleanse gets out. Blue team gets the Infernal Drake.
And they did not have to pay to, unlike Team 3. I guess they must have some, some like green removal spells to get rid of that enchantment.
Oh my god.
Oh, but more
look.
fighting in the bot lane.
And they're going for that dive, but
Oh.
don't quite get it. Although
No kills.
Dario's walking up, they're taking the tower.
I was kind of hoping they were going to get the kill there because I was going to make another Magic the Gathering pun. Unlucky.
T3 takes an objective. Gwen chases down the Galio, chunks him out.
Oh,
We got a shutdown on the Ari as well as looking like a shutdown.
oh, the double kill.
Double kill for Team PORO. We have an audience member saying that the caster talks about Magic the Gathering as a nerd. I couldn't agree more.
That's a fair point.
And we see Kale and Lee Sin in the top lane trying to take down that Gwen. Unfortunately, Lee Sin bites the dust, but Kale does get to secure the kill, so that worked out. 1 for 1. He did not pay 2, he only paid 1.
Ah, 1 for 1. You got a 2? Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, okay, never mind. That makes sense. Yep. I thought for a second that the Kale like 2v1'd a gank, and I was like, holy shit, but never mind. I see.
No.
Okay. Thanks. Yep, okay. Yep. But the Rift Herald charge means that they're gonna get the top tower, which will open up the map a little bit. Although Dario's maybe caught out here.
Oh, but he protects his ADC.
Gets out.
As Justin has taught us well, support lives don't matter. Your goal is to die for support or die for the ADC. So
here, I think.
And a charm on the Kale. Galio ults and try and save him. Unfortunately, I don't think Kale's gonna make it out, but he's certainly trying. But
Oh my God, I think
Gwen's catching up with.
Oh, this is so sad.
Gwen's catching up with her. See that chase down, but maybe Kale does get out after all. We'll see. Ari's chasing too. Oh, but that executes the tower.
That's crazy. Well
Execute.
played. Well played by Brendan there. Oh, tragic. This is why you want Ghost on Gwen.
Oh, we see some fights in the bot lane. A teleport in. Dario protects his ADC, but taking a lot of damage. Gank by damage. Oh, we see Lee Sin's coming in, but he's a little bit too late. His team is dead.
2 unanswered kills. Very nice for Team PORO.
Rammus chased down Lee Sin, but I think Lee Sin just gets out.
Emote game strong on Rammus there.
You see some more engaged top lane. Gwen versus Galio. Seems to be Galio's pushing Gwen off a decent amount, protecting that tower. Kale goes to match Ari mid lane.
I'm looking at Kale's build. She did buy a Nashor's Tooth first, so she just has a longsword for fun? Question mark.
Oh, Galio flashed, got from the Gwen.
That's a build. It's interesting.
Rammus chases down the Kale, unfortunately right under tower.
Oh my
Ari
God.
tries to follow it up, barely makes it out alive. Kale's hanging on with a little bit of health. Brahm's coming to try and back him up.
Bro, I have anxiety just watching Miguel play League of Legends. Holy shit. He like goes for these like I have 20 HP, that's basically full HP, right guys? Like holy shit.
You're wishing that was you last season, huh? Your team. Where was this last time?
Wow.
Rest in P just int.
True. Yep.
Dragon up in 30.
It's interesting. So like the kills seem, pretty lopsided, but the gold lead is only about the same as what it was last game. The 5k gold lead, and that seemingly wasn't quite enough for Team PORO. So I wonder if we're going to see a very sort of similar trajectory to last game, and if we're gonna see the Team 3 kind of weather this early deficit and
Leona ult. It looks like the Kale
yeah, that's the
Kale is no longer.
They just cast murder on Kale. Goddamn.
Up, Akagba's pushing up. Making a run for it while he still can. Team PORO does get the dragon. Hex tech.
Yeah, and it looks like Team PORO is going to start up Otacon here too. But they are on Vision, so Team 3 knows that this is happening.
They're taking it pretty quickly though. I don't know if Team 3 is going to be able to. I don't even know if they're even going to try doing anything about it. To be honest, there's no way they're going to catch up in time to take it.
Yep, but it looks like they might get a mid tower as compensation. Although
Yeah,
maybe
but although
Larkin
they're rotating
overboard.
down to go.
Yeah, Larkin is trading his life for the mid tower, it seems.
Nope, but he flashes out. Dario, your life is worth it. Congrats on being a support. Oh, but maybe he gets up. Nope, he dies.
Nope.
Yeah.
Damn. Dario's paying for the sins of Larkin, and so is Butterfly Soup. Paying for
Yeah.
the sins of the ADC.
she tried her best, but unfortunately, sometimes we must pay to protect the ADC. And
Indeed.
we do not pay to. And we see Team PORO pushes down mid, probably going to get that inhib. Although Team 3 is here now to push him back, so maybe they don't get inhib after all. We see Rammus has to back off.
You know, it's kind of interesting. If you look at the comps, so Team PORO has, the AP threats, Ahri, Gwen, but then Team 3 has Galio, the anti-AP tank. But then on the other side, they have the Kog'Maw, and I guess the Kale's going AP now, but maybe like an AD Kale earlier against the Rammus. So it's like they picked like the antithesis champion to like the damage threats of the other team, which is kind of funny. Just noticed that.
Light on my feet.
The voices in my head are telling me that I make great points, and I would have to agree with them.
Have you ever been evaluated for schizophrenia?
No.
I was just wondering.
Yeah. Well, it seems that I only hear these voices in my head when I'm in this specific Discord call, so I'm not sure if it's schizophrenia or maybe if like this call is haunted or something. I don't know.
No, but the voices in your head, corroborating your points, saying you're making really good ones.
Maybe the voices in my head just know what's up.
Voices! The voices! Let's see if this here in the top jungle turns into anything. A couple keys thrown out, nothing too crazy. A fight for vision.
Team PORO are doing what they do best and just getting a crap ton of vision around the objectives they want to take next. Although Team 3 is contesting it. Baron will be spawning now.
Oh,
So
they're waiting to see if they can get that jump on Galio in the bot jungle. Rammus going after Galio.
Oh, pick on.
But we also get a pick on the Kale at the same time. It looks like Team PORO's going for that Baron now.
Yep. And the 3-item Vayne will definitely do a lot of damage to this Baron. So I think they will take it quite quickly. Especially with this level 16 Kale also. A lot of damage, a lot of objective damage here. But it doesn't even look like they need the Gwen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're staring down the barrel of almost a 10k gold lead. I bet Team 3 is just kind of thinking of what next game is going to look like and what champions they're going to pick at this point. Like, probably not spending too much mental energy on thinking about how you're going to come back in this game. Considering you still have one more game left to play after this one, assuming, the game continues its current path.
I have a commenter saying the voices tell him to dive enemy mid laner. Don't do that.
That's what it looks like. I wonder if, he was gonna build AD, but then someone on his team was like, hey, wait, they have Rammus, you should build AP. And then he just switched to AP. But I'd love
Long
to
sword
ask...
as a tribute, just a little bit of AD damage, little flavor.
Yeah. And the tier, I know some people will buy the tier to, help with the laning. And Kale is very mana hungry, so I think it kind of there is an argument for it to be sure. But I'd be interested to see if that was the intention, or if maybe like earlier he was thinking of building it to something and then decided against it. Like, I'd just be very curious about kind of the thought process behind this pick in general and like the rationale. It'd be very interesting. Say that again. Soul point for Poro indeed.
Poro claims another dragon, but I think this might be even just game for Poro. They're destroying inhib. T3's there to kind of push back that wave, but they do have a Baron buff crashing into their tower and their inhibs.
I mean, wave clear of a Kog'Maw plus Kale is pretty strong. So, you know, I guess they can. Oh no!
Oh, a
nice
flash.
flash though. But probably not enough. Not enough. Yeah, that's probably game.
A nice engage from the Galio.
Yeah.
Oh, but she unfortunately.
Just too far behind, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to a game 3. Is this the first game 3 of this? No. I think Team 3 was also in a game 3 against Team Beats. Yeah. So not first game 3, but first game 3 that.
A flash from Lee Sin at the very end.
Yep. Alrighty.
Wait, the game.
Alrighty. Yeah, we're going to game 3. Very exciting. Alrighty. Making it interesting. Making our Tuesday night quite enjoyable.
Regretting having work tomorrow.
Well, that's a fair point. I'm sure if you tell your work though that Gamer City League went to a game 3 against Team Poro, they'd understand.
I'm trying to imagine explaining League of Legends to my bunch of 40 and 50-year-old coworkers who, have like children going to college. Yeah, I'm sure that would be a great time.
Yep.
Imagineristic study. No, I think not. I played a Magic game recently where I played a heuristic study and immediately got blown up, but then Chris Pressamone played a Smothering Tithe, and that got to stay the entire game. So, and he won. I could not do anything. My one action was blown up. So. It'd be like that sometimes.
That's just how Commander goes. If you're the first person to fly close to the sun, everyone kills you. It's like the game Munchkin. If you're the first person to try to get to level 10, everyone blows their loot on you. But the second person.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Connor knows what I'm talking about. He's played Munchkin before.
Connor, you mean the voice in your head?
Sorry, the voice in my head knows what I'm talking about. He's played Munchkin before. I believe
people are trying
Matt
to
is
defend their
defending the
accent,
honor of himself.
But I don't know if I was the biggest threat that game.
Spectator link. All right, draft 3.
Okay.
I feel like Team 3 should probably. I think the protect the hypercarry comp is. Obviously worked for game 1, but I do think that maybe. Having a single hypercarry comp versus a 2 hypercarry comp, probably better just to go for the single hypercarry plus like other supporting casts. Because again, I think it's just a little too difficult to like protect and nurture and care for 2 hypercarries throughout a game. I think you can only, if you're protecting one, probably the other is going to get kind of far behind, and then it becomes a little bit hard to play out your team fights. So that would be the adjustment I'd want to see. But I'm just excited that we're going to a game 3. It's going to be really cool. Well, I think the Kog'Maw. I think Larkin's pulled it out a couple times, and I get the idea behind it because if you get to a team fight and you have like your peeling working for you and you stay untouched, like the Kog'Maw DPS is crazy. But I think Kog'Maw is definitely harder to play than the Jinx, so I understand that like the Jinx was banned, so they had to shift a little bit. But I personally wonder if it would be more worth it to maybe pick the Jinx, in the first rotation before they get a chance to ban it. Because it worked so well for Larkin in the first game.
I think they did ban it in the
I
first
think they
set
banned
of
it in the
bans
second.
last game.
No, I think it was in the second round of bans. So I don't know. If it was in the first round, then yeah, okay, fair enough. But if it's in the second round, I think I would prefer to see Team 3 pick it in the first round.
Definitely. I mean, again, like you said, the Kog'Maw damage is very good, as if you can, stay untouched. But unfortunately, I think you need something with a little bit more mobility against a team like this, where they definitely prey on picks, and that's their specialty. Is where can I get a pick? Where can I, jump on you? Getting some fan requests in the chat, fellow caster.
They want to hear me do my Kog'Maw impression. Yep. Okay, so first two bans, same two bans. Not expecting any changes there. I kind of suspected the bans are going to be pretty much the same.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting them to change much.
Yeah.
Yep, they've all been the same so far. Seraphine, Cassiopeia, LeBlanc, Malphite, all the bans we've seen every game.
Maybe the Mordekaiser ban stays, and maybe the Galio ban, they keep that off because maybe it wasn't as much of a problem as I thought it might be. Game 1, the Rammus ban, yeah, makes sense. I think Rammus really is nice into the hyper carry, comp strategy.
Mordekaiser ban sticks.
Yeah. So we did see one ban change. The Rammus ban makes sense. Let's see what the first pick is.
Yeah. I wonder if though, with Rammus ban, I wonder if they're gonna go back to something like Lilia though.
Yeah, maybe. I think it depends. I think they liked having the tank, so maybe the Zac they'll pick it because I know that Steve likes playing Zac, and Zac is banned right now.
We get Galio first pick along with Gwen.
Yeah.
Gwen top once more, running it back.
Gwen,
Vayne
yeah,
running it back again.
Yep, I mean, both these champs worked really well last game. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I wonder. So they didn't ban the Jinx. I wonder if they're gonna pick the Jinx for one of these first rotation picks here. They pick the bot lane like Braum Jinx again or something like that. Will be interesting to see. Bye.
Bye
Okay.
for your jungle. Volibear top.
Interesting. Sure. I mean, so these are like, I guess some of them. I don't know. I guess what butterfly soup. I don't know what she means, but Gallia seems to be one of her more comfortable camps. Bye is like one of the top names for Alex, and Volibear is like Brendan's one trick. So looks like comfort thus far.
Yep, and we see Leona being run back as well for Team PORO.
The run back for Team PORO so far. All right. I would imagine that probably going to ban the Jinx, yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Larkin goes for the Kog'Maw again, or if he tries a different hyperscaling ADC, or if maybe they're just scrapping the hyperscaling in general and going for something else. Maybe like a Sivir, who knows?
I personally don't think he's gonna go for Kog'Maw again, but I'm known to be wrong.
Well, we shall see. Yeah, I would be surprised.
And now we're getting second round of bans for T3, what they're going to pick. Ban.
I would like to acknowledge
Classic
Catherine Palm in the chat.
Oh, and a Braum ban for Team PORO, taking away that Braum from Dario for the past 2 games.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show something else.
And Nocturne ban. These bans have basically not changed on at least T3 side, taking away a lot of the very strong champs they have over on Team PORO. Except for, of course, again that Rammus ban change. Similarly, PORO banning Braum this game, targeting Dario's skill set since he's been playing a lot of Braum this series. And as he's predicted, Zac Jungle.
Yep.
Getting that tank in.
I like the pick. Now, let's see, what's the bot lane gonna look like for Team 3?
Pressure's on.
Xayah or Khan? Question mark. Oh, anticipation is building. I don't really know if Dario plays Rakan or not, but
well, it looks like he's going to be this game.
Looks like he does. Definitely seen Larkin play Xayah before. No surprises there. Nice self-appealing. Not quite the hyper carry that maybe like a Jinx or a Kog'Maw is, but definitely still respectable in a team fight. And the Rakan, of course, just a very nice pairing with Xayah. I think.
A run back of Ahri for mid lane on Team PORO.
Looks like the same team comp for Team PORO, just swapping out the Zac for
the Rammus for Zac, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for them last game.
I'm interested to see how Team 3 team's comp goes.
We're waiting for Larkin to whiz.
We need like rave music for this screen.
We do.
Crab rave.
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, so pretty much the same team comp from PORO that we saw last game, but a very different team comp for Team 3.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Do you have any thoughts on the two team comps? Anyone you like more right now?
Well, they've kind of abandoned the hyper carry, protect the AD carry comp style for Team 3, and they've adopted kind of a more traditional team fight comp. I'm a little concerned. I mean, so the Galio, Galio is a tank, so I guess they have some good tank to deal with the AP threats, but I do kind of wonder, like not really anyone. Not really anyone that's going to want to tank the Vayne. So I think team fights might be a little bit hard to play if the Vayne's getting damaging. But the Vi Galio combo, very strong. The Volibear combo with the Galio, like they've picked 3 champions that like to go in, and then there's the nice follow-up from Galio, and then there's the the DPS from Xayah. So very strong team fighting comp for sure. But will it be enough to out team fight Team PORO?
Guess we'll see. I'm excited to see it. I think T3 has had some pretty good team fights previously, and although, like you said, the move away from hyper carry with team fights, I'm excited. I think they can pull it off. I think they can.
Yeah. I think they can definitely make it interesting. All right. Larkin has returned from his whizzing. Waiting for someone else, I think. The Jakas are having some twin bonding, it sounds like right now.
I don't know what that means. Not sure I want to know.
Oh my god, not the rank 10 confidant max out between twins. I've seen this before.
I'm happily and blissfully unaware, and I'd like to remain that way, please.
Did I just hear something about delicious pancakes?
Is it the voice in your head again?
You know, that's kind of a Persona 5 reference if you think about it.
Yo, Loki, I miss those souffle pancakes from Japan.
Those pancakes were really good.
Fire. Gotta find someplace like that around here.
Wait, we have almost the entirety of the Japan trip in the either playing this game or casting. Besides Justin. Shout out to Justin.
No shout out to Justin.
Never mind.
No, he's not blind anymore.
He just
Allegedly.
slowly recovered his vision.
I don't think he can still read like cards, for instance, but his phone is no longer on like size 72 font, so that's an improvement.
Oh, hi, Toast. Would you like to start casting? Would you cast for me?
Anyways.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I think Toast is here to tell me that I should be going to bed, and he's asking me why I'm still up. But, you know, Toast, you're missing the most exciting series of the century.
Did you ask him if he bought any blue corn tortilla chips? I heard they're very tasty and blue.
Did you buy any blue corn tortilla chips? He said yes.
Is he our sponsor? He's the sponsor.
Oh, he's sitting. Oh, you want to sit on my lap, bud?
Okay.
Oh. Hey, bud. I just realized that Miguel's like hashtag is twice.
Yeah.
That's
What's wrong with that?
nothing. I remember back when like I don't even remember what they were called, but you used to be able to have like to be part of like a group and have that tag show up in your in-game name. So for season 1, we made a Segfault group, so we would have like Segfault before our names, like the pros have. But Miguel wouldn't join it because he was already a part of. He should only be part of 2 groups or whatever, and he was already part of 2 like K-pop named groups, and he's like, I don't want to give either of them up. So 4 out of 5 of us had like Segfault at the front of our names because we were in the Segfault group, and Miguel had like I don't even remember which K-pop group it was, but he had that in front of his name because he didn't want to join us. So, doesn't surprise me that his tag is still a K-pop reference. Alrighty, now we wait for the spectator delay.
Spectator delay. Watching a advertisement about Fortnite. Sabrina Carpenter's now in Fortnite. Congratulations.
Sure. There's 4 Sabrina Carpenter skins, I think, right, or something like that.
Oh my lord.
I think there are 4 different outfits. Because my For You page has been filled with Fortnite Sabrina Carpenter content.
When are they adding Sabrina Carpenter to League of Legends?
They already did, Seraphine.
Seraphine's more like an Ariana Grande.
I see. Um, creating quality commentary uh, on a game 3, almost 11 p.m. A little bit more difficult than game 1 at 8:30.
Can't possibly understand why.
Yeah. Um, I think that it's going to be a little tough because I think this team comp, like, I mean, Zaya has self peel, so like they kind of win con of like Larkin gets his DPS down, and um, and they win fights like that. Definitely, kind of is still there, but the tanks and the engage of Team 3 like is all very like going forward, and not necessarily like no one's really gonna be hanging around Zaya to make sure that she stays safe. So I think it's a little bit more difficult for Larkin to play out these fights. Like I think even with the Zaya ult, like if he gets hit by like a Leona ult or gets hit by a Zac knockup or anything like that, like I think he can potentially be taken out of the fight pretty quickly. And I think if Zaya's out of the fight, I think it will be very hard for Team 3 to win team fights. So I think definitely a lot of pressure on Larkin to perform in these team fights and to get his DPS down while staying safe. So it'll be interesting to see.
7,
And
8,
6, 8,
9.
9. Yep. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. On to the Rift. One last game. Let's see. Team PORO versus Team 3. Alrighty. They love stacking up. Invading topside.
We're getting an invade.
Although it gets spotted out by Gwen, so probably not much of a
Not
Not
much.
much action.
Back off there.
Team PORO just fanning out, using some wards to cover the entrances.
You see classic Leona.
Yep, getting some deep vision to track the jungle. They're gonna see that the jungler is starting bot side.
Up, and we see
Oh,
Vayne Leona moving into that bush there on the enemy side, hoping to see if they can, get a little prize jump on Zaya or Khan, but they're playing it safe over by their tower.
trying to give Larkin and Dario a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, some early trades going on in the top lane and in the mid lane. I would expect actually Volibear, I think, probably has a pretty good matchup into Gwen. I think not a lot of champs out duel Volibear with his heal and his like passive. So I would expect Brennan to get pushed in this lane, at least early on, unless there's some jungle intervention. Wait, Ari just said bang bang bang. Is that a reference to oh my god. Why am I forgetting the group's name? Not KDA, no, that like Top and G Dragons from. Oh my god. What's the name of the group? Why am I forgetting the name of the group? God, what? I'm looking it up. What the hell? What's it called? Big Bang. That's the name of the group. Big Bang. It's a reference to Big Bang. Ari just said bang bang bang.
I see.
What? It's Popstar Ari. It's definitely a reference to Big Bang. And Popstar Ari is an old enough
Oh, look
skin.
at that trade in the mid lane there.
Yeah, big damage.
Speaking of Ari, nice stomp by Galio. Up, and we're getting a gank already. Top lane, seeing
Yeah, I
if they
think
can
Gwen's
get a
dead
pick
here.
on that Gwen, and it looks like, yeah, she is blood. The first blood goes to Vi.
That's what you like to see if you're Team 3. Get some early action going on. Some early ganks. And you know what? You can see that the bot camp that Team PORO warded is untaken by Alex, so he avoided their ward, so they probably didn't have a ton of idea of where he was.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's
Dario did spot him put the ward down there, so they knew that there was vision there, and purposely avoided it just to give
exactly. Yep.
keep any kind of vision off Team Poro. You're seeing there are more trades in the top lane. I don't think Volley Bear lives through this. He does flash. So maybe he does get out after all. Which is good. Getting back. Whatever.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, does he kill him again? They kill him again, getting ganked again. Should be a kill. Oh, no, they let him walk out.
And Gwen makes it. Oh. That's unfortunate.
Okay. I was about to say, because I'm like, worst case scenario, he has flash, so like if he just keep flashes, he definitely gets the kill. Okay, that makes more sense. Carlos did flash, but
PC blue screen. Well, that's unfortunate.
that is incredibly unlucky. What's the competitive ruling on that? Does Carlos have to just walk to his death, or?
Riot HQ, please fix your computer.
True. Well, that's true. That's true. Let's see. Do we have any fun banter going on in the all chats? All right, never mind. The voice in my head has warned me against reading the all chat. Do we have any viewers in the chat? Actively watching? So we have 18 viewers. A bunch of people watching apparently. Anyone in the chat want to write into the casters? Any questions?
Your chance to do that thought-provoking Street Fighter question.
Oh, that's true. Who's my favorite Street Fighter 6 character? I don't really know any of them. So I'm gonna go with Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Next question.
Who's your favorite KDA star?
Evelyn.
Yeah, that tracks for you.
I remember watching that first KDA music video and how like crazy revolutionary I feel like that was back in 2018, and it was right before also Fnatic was playing in the finals, and I was like so hyped for that. And then they got absolutely destroyed by IG, which was slightly less hype. But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun Worlds tournament to watch, and I also my predictions were really good because I predicted Fnatic to win it all. So I got like the special like award for getting really good pick'ems. And then I think they've given it away since then, so it's not as cool anymore. But still the award I use to this day when I play League, so pretty cool.
Yeah. Legend has it he's still waiting for Fnatic to win again.
Oh yeah, not a legend. Still waiting for them to win like anything again, but they love giving me hope. What's your favorite Magic card?
That's a loaded question.
True. Well, I think it's like a personality test. It's like asking someone their astrology sign. It tells you a lot about the person.
Yeah, and what would you say your favorite Magic card was?
I would say Eladmiri's Call, which is a 1 green, 1 right, 1 white. Holy fuck. Tutor. That will tutor a creature to your hand.
Nerd.
Quite. I think a 2-mana instant to tutor something, a creature to your hand. Very nice. Yeah. Or Shards is also a very nice card. But Or Shards doesn't necessarily work in every deck. You know, it needs to be a creature deck. But, you know, a tutor card kind of will work as long as you have one tutor or one creature that's worth tutoring. So, or one card that's worth tutoring if it's a different tutor. Yeah. So. I'm getting flamed for my magic opinions. Oh, looks like
We have a reconnect from the missing
reconnected.
jungler.
So the world can be saved from my magic commentary.
But it's so riveting.
Quite. Oh, looks like we've on pause. 45, 46, yeah. Yep. Alrighty. Back in action.
So Gwen's backing.
Yep.
He gets out. That would have been a kill if not for the unfortunate circumstances. But we do see a nice taunt on Galio. My stream just froze as well.
Yes. On pause.
There you go. Nice damage.
4, 5, 6. Yep. Yeah, Gwen used that secret ability, DDoS, to escape that. Very effective.
Nice trading. Well, not even really trading. Some nice damage from the Galio onto the Ahri in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Gallium does a lot of, just very high base damage. Does a lot of damage, especially into mages. So. Oh, some trading in the top lane? Yeah, like, the Volibear trading pattern is just quite obnoxious to deal with, because the shield plus stun plus healing from the W is just, like,
yeah, but we have
easy.
Zac there in the top lane now, too. I don't think Volibear was ready for that. Although it looks like Gwen's probably gonna... Well, Gwen does make it out. Unfortunately, oh wow, look at all the damage. Ooh, that knockup. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Really well played by PORO there. They really juggled the kind of aggro from the Volibear there and made sure that the Volibear wasn't able to get too many heals off. Like, really well played.
Too many heals off, even though they're both low. He doesn't manage to get away with either one of them. They do not pay 2 today.
No, sir. Ooh, really.
And look at bot lane, too.
Yes. Like the HP advantage for Team 3. Fortunately, not really a wave here to dive with, or a jungler to dive with, but good trading for sure. Gonna have to back after this.
A lot of good poke. And you see T3 on the Void Grubs, but the jungler for Poro's there to challenge it, killing their vision, maybe seeing if he can dive in and steal that last Void Grub, but Galio's here to help protect that grub.
They were trying to do Drive-Blast Smite, but they held it. Wow, that's some discipline right there. Ooh, wait. Team PORO did not back in the bot lane. They're just last hitting. Oh wow, and they're going for
Keeping that
the
lane pressure.
aggressive trade. That seems
Ooh, oh, flash from
aggressive.
Leona.
Flash traded for Ignite.
Let me see,
Definitely,
Rakan's pretty low mana that Leona's backing now.
you're lucky that there's no jungler to dive. Because this would be a very, very assured dive, I would imagine, if the vibe was down. But maybe they can just dive him anyway, to be honest. They have quite the HP advantage.
Volley's putting pressure on that Gwen in the top lane again. Seeing some nice trading in the not the bot lane, the mid lane as well, between the Galio and the Ahri. Nice charm from the Ahri, but Galio does lay on the damage, and Vi's there now to support. Looks like they're rotating now to Dragon. T3 in the bot lane continues to put pressure on the enemy team. To be careful though.
looks
Although
like
we do see Galio Vi rotating to see if they can dive the bot lane, but very careful. Zach is behind them, and they see that.
They call off the dive, unfortunately. Just took too long to rotate for it, but still, forcing an advantageous position for Team 3. Like, they have to back, and they lose the whole wave, and
Also, this gives an opportunity while they get back to lane for T3 to go onto that dragon now too. Although Zach's coming up very quickly to see if he can steal it again. Ooh, and they do end up stealing it. It's a good smite. Only there was their hold, like like with the void grabs. Unfortunate.
No deaths though on either side. The dragon secured.
Bane, there's Xayah flash, Vi flash. Get out.
Oh, some more skirmishing in the top lane.
Aggressive pushing. You see mid lane from the Ahri, charming that Galio who's low on mana.
Yeah, both mid lane champs are a little low on mana. But Galio a little. Oh, another pause.
A different DC. This game is cursed.
All right, we can go back to viewer questions. Let's see. Chocolate738 asks, "Hey chat, what's your favorite way to grind XP in Minecraft?" I would say that my favorite way is a nice skeleton XP farm. Oh, we're back. Yeah, expected, I suppose.
So this is definitely a game 3.
Yes, it is. Gold almost exactly even. Slight. It's 3 grubs to a dragon, so even the objectives are pretty even. Team 3 has an advantage in the bot lane, and then Team PORO has an advantage in the mid lane. It's a banger. Oh, dive in top lane. I love the
get a
volleyball
flash.
for dive. Ooh,
Oh, we have Vi coming in now too. Unfortunately, Volley Bear heals. Nope, charmed. So Ahri does get a kill on the Volley Bear. It looks like they turn it around for Team PORO. Vi tries to get out, but they're chasing her down. So Team PORO claims speed of warfare. There's some battling going on in the bot lane too. Some trades. A nice attack on the Leona. She's pretty chunked. Bane continues to put pressure, so Xayah does have to back off.
Dario burn the flash there.
Rakan does burn the flash. We get a nice charm from the Ahri in the mid lane on the Galio.
Yeah, I mean, that top lane dive too. It's just like Gwen barely surviving there allows for his team to back him up and flip that dive on its head. Just tragic for T3. So close to getting the kill with the Volibear ult to disable his tower, but just not quite enough damage.
I see. PORO
Second
gets
point.
grubs here. And Ahri's come back down, another charm, putting pressure on that Galio in mid lane. Zac is nearby. But Vi is moving towards mid lane too.
Maybe looking for a gank onto the Ahri? Maybe just looking...
I see Zac moving top to back up the Gwen against the Volibear. It's past my bedtime, excuse me.
Oh, fighting all over the map. Looks like
Yeah,
engaged onto the bot lane and gets one kill. Maybe a second
on
one.
the Xayah, but also potentially, Gwen might get out again. They're really good at kiting against this Volibear. The Volibear does succeed in killing the Gwen, but
The wet noodle fight commences. Ahri's been brought up to... Oh, looks like they're going to get the trade kills.
nice.
There's just pandemonium going on across the map. Just kills.
To
fighting,
full slaughter here
falling.
across the different lanes. And Dragon's going to be up soon, spawning in about 40 seconds. Luckily, both teams will be up by then. Team PORO doesn't have a plate top lane. Alan gets a nice lock out of the Iron Solari. Nice.
Yep, and nice item breakpoints for Team 3.
Looks like
Dragon's
Otacon's going to be
spawning.
top again this game. Oh, a dive onto the Ahri. Does he get it?
I don't
Oh, the
think...
charm and the Zac dive. Oh, it's just not panning out for Volibear.
I like the attempt, but unfortunately just not quite enough damage.
It's not succeeding, unfortunately.
Oof.
I guess Ahri
combo.
and Gwen have swapped lanes. Nice taunt from Galio mid lane. And we still have bot lane duking out over vision, trying to maintain control of that bot river, especially now that Dragon's up. Right now, T3 does have a bit of an advantage on vision, but PORO is known for clearing that and replacing it with their own very quickly, so...
Nice tumble again. Ardit really has the nice movement down there on dodging the Rakan knockups. Very
Yeah,
impressive.
Rift Herald spawning soon too. Looks like people are starting to converge for Dragon, potentially.
Yeah, it looks like Arlen's clearing out some vision to maybe set up some plays in the bot lane. We can see Zac moving down, maybe for a gank. Oh, and I think I hear Hunter trying to eat things out of the sink.
Nope,
That's
and
okay.
Gwen runs right back under tower top lane. Volibear's got to be careful. He's have Ahri rotating up again. Coming in from the other side with nice charm. I think Volibear might be dead again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, he flashes but misses over the wall. And unfortunately, another F in the chat. A nice Galio out, but bot lane helped their PDC out.
Skirmishing. Oh, nice ult by Larkin to dodge out some of the damage.
Nice
And the
kill on the
Feather pull
Vayne.
back.
A flash from Larkin. Flash from the Zac as well. He channels. He does look like he might get out, but Vi's there to maybe put a stop to it. Oh. And the Leona barely lives.
Oh, the
Ari comes in from the back line.
The Ari dives.
pays to save the Leona and the Zac from potential dive.
So was that 2-for-1 overall? Yep. Paid 2 for Larkin.
Larkin's expensive. Looks like T3 might be starting Dragon now. Maybe? Except Zac's still hanging around, so maybe not. Galio's heading back mid lane.
I love the Zac HP regen from the Globlet. Already healthy enough to contest these objectives.
Get work clearing mission.
Yeah, they grabbed the skulls.
Yep.
So maybe they're moving on to the dragon itself.
Moving on, Gwen pressures mid lane, might get that tower, but unfortunately doesn't have a wave to fully complete it. Bit of a
kill. Oh, Miguel just face checks into the volley bear. Tickles him. Oh, gank into the mid lane, skirmishing in the mid lane. Oh, nice Leona ult. Oh, but the Galio gets out. Well played by Butterfly Soup there. Oh, and the kill on Volley Bear. Yeah, seemed a little ambitious by Miguel there, if I may be honest. Oh, but the engage in the bot lane. Fighting to a choke point, not where you want to be against a Xayah or Khan. They back off. And Dragon still remains untaken.
They do get a turret top, though.
Yep, gold's pretty even. Yep. Looks like the feats this game did go
to Team PORO.
Yep. Will anyone go for Dragon? Well, I guess Rift Herald's being taken right now by Team 3. Which would definitely be nice to help open up the mid lane.
It's dragging on too long. Oh, they got the Rift Herald, like you said.
Oh,
being chased out, but Rakan can just jump onto Xayah and get out, which is nice.
yeah,
See Ari rotating towards the bot lane. They do have some vision there, so at least T3 will be prepared. They see that Ari coming. I think they're setting up maybe to actually attempt Dragon again. Zac's looking to jump in here. Start that Dragon finally. Otacon spawning top. And T3 is really not in a position to...
Oh.
Ooh.
Volley Bear down,
A nice...
surprise lane gank. Ooh, and they get the nice
and a
pick
nice pick.
onto
A
Ari.
nice ult in from Galio. And double kill on the Volley Bear. Will it be a triple kill? I don't know. He's taking tower. But he does get that heal there.
Oh, not the healing, man. Too crazy.
And the Xayah
Nice flash.
almost kills the Bane. But unfortunately dies to tower damage, like Leighton execute. Zac jumps in, saves that Bane from death.
Oh, but Gwen's split pushing in the top lane.
But Gwen is split pushing, you are so right. They're so focused on bot tower, but they have to start backing now to stop that Gwen push.
And somehow Team PORO got the dragon handle that? So...
yeah, Zac did the dragon and then went to the bot fight.
Well, gold's basically even, kills basically even. Towers are pretty close. Like, this is a banger. This is a banger match.
Game 3.
Teams are neck and neck.
Game point.
Looks like both supports are trying to get some vision around the Otacon. Oh, and Brendan fighting in the mid lane against the Ahri.
But Vayne's close behind. And Leona. Oh, but Rakan's here, but takes that charm.
Done.
Gets condemned.
Oh, but the Vayne just got caught by the Violed. Oh, but the Peel has arrived. Oh, but Larkin still gets him. Oh, and it's a great team fight for Team 3.
A double kill on Luzaya. Oh,
Oh,
let's kill the Ahri as well.
Holy.
Oh my gosh. And the
four
Zac.
for-
Ooh.
Oh. And they have
And
Herald.
they have Herald.
Gonna push out in that mid lane. Wow. Team 3.
We do
Really
have
showing
Gwen
off.
trying to split push down at bot tower. Galio's rotating to go stop that push. Meanwhile, Zaya, Vi pushing with that Rift Herald mid, seeing how far they can get it. Looks like it'll die to that tower, but they get that second tower there, which is great. Other team is respawning now. And Otacon is up.
And Team 3 officially has a gold lead after that team fight. Which is basically, I think, the first time this series, besides really late game 1. So it'll be interesting to see how Team 3 plays out the game when they're in the driver's seat and when they have the gold advantage. It's not a position we see Team PORO in very often, being behind, so... Oh, it looks like maybe a pick onto Leona here, but his team backs him up enough so that Team 3 backs off. Oh, Volibear is doing a little bit of a solo mission right now. Ooh, but the Q misses. There's no follow-up. Both ADCs are mid, pushing out the wave, fighting for vision around the Otacon. And maybe some more fighting in general is going to happen. Both teams are here in their entirety. I don't think Team PORO has fought a 5v5 team fight yet. I think the Gwen's been split pushing for the most part. So maybe with having all 5 members here, maybe the fights will go a little bit better for Team PORO. But neither side finding the opportunity to pull a trigger quite yet. Baron coming up soon, and Otacon currently up. 2 objectives that each team are going to be interested in taking. Dragon's also spawning in a minute, so we're going to have all 3 objectives up shortly. Looks like Team 3 is just starting Otacon, but I think Team PORO should be able to get up there.
They are,
As they
and they're
have
looking
vision.
for a fight. You see Zac coming in for a teleport on the other side. From the
Volibear
Gwen,
is trying
crowded
to-
out. Volibear is dueling, and oh my god, that health. He does die to the
With the Gwen
Vayne,
damage.
but they do get a kill on the Ahri.
Oh,
Oh
the
my
Gwen
god,
damage
it's a
is too much.
slaughter.
Well, there you go. That's what happens when they fight with Gwen, I guess. Holy moly. I mean, the Gwen has just kind of been split pushing, and it's got several towers at this point. I think has the most gold in the game, so... Yeah, it looks like they're just going on to Baron. Yep. There's the Gwen damage for you. Wow. What a back and forth game. What a crazy game. It's really a series for the ages. I'd love to see a best of 5 of this. We could go to 5 games. Not tonight, of course, but in general. And Team PORO has reclaimed the gold lead, but it's only a moderate gold lead at this point. Very much still in reach for Team 3. With the dragon up. Oh, and Miguel's walking up. Oh, misses the charm, but maybe still kills Larkin anyway. Still kills Larkin anyway. There's no god.
Oh, looks like Galio is unfortunately caught out,
Oh,
killed by the Vayne. Oh, the charm. Here goes a Volibear. T3 holds onto the tower, but they are pushing. Team Poro's pushing with a Baron buff, so they're probably gonna lose that tower. There it goes. T3 is stuck defending base. Team Poro claims the dragon while they clear out all the waves pushing in.
And with about, let's see, it's about half the Baron buff. Yeah, a little bit more than half the Baron buff used. And they've collected, what, 2 towers with it? So definitely a nice golden infusion. You can see that the gold lead has ballooned up to 5k. Not insurmountable, but definitely looking pretty good for Team Poro. They also have 3 dragons, which means that the next dragon will be their soul. And it's a Cloud Soul, which is, you know, maybe not the most, like, upfront power, but definitely the mobility is something that Team Poro very good at taking advantage of, and maybe another pick in the top lane here, but Rakan has come to support. Ooh, and Rakan's going to be turning engaged on the Vayne. Unfortunately, though, there was no follow-up, so not much happening here. Oh, looks like this will be the final fight of the game. Oh, what an amazing route by Larkin. They get 1 kill, but is it going to be enough?
Oh, a flash by
this is-
Miguel. He does die to tower.
Oh my god. And Larkin gets another kill.
Larkin and the Zaya lives.
Zai lives, and I think if they had lost that fight there, I think the game ended. So I think that was a game-saving fight right there.
Volibear goes to challenge the Gwen. Unfortunately, Gwen is looking like she's doing a lot more damage.
Yeah, I don't think at this point, unfortunately, the Volibear can compare him to the Gwen. It's a valiant effort.
Zaya's stuck single-handedly pushing out waves, but her team is responding. Zac backs off. There's not any objectives up anytime soon. Except for Otacon.
Otacon's still up, I just realized you're right.
Otacon is still up.
30-minute Otacon?
Oh, man.
Yeah. This is definitely a late Otacon. I don't know if I've seen too many games where the Otacon makes it to 30 minutes. Especially the GA one.
Now
That
the
usually
sports
goes-
are going to do their duel for vision, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Their team's starting to catch up to them around them just a little bit. I would say Team Poro is starting to rotate more towards the top river. See if they can clear out that vision, get an advantage, push T3 back.
Yeah, so I think they
And
saw
now they're starting that
Vaughn in the bot
Otacon.
lane, yeah. So they can just start this Otacon. And to be honest, probably Team 3 can't really contest anyway, but feels a little bad. It's going to make any subsequent fights basically impossible.
Instead, T3 looks like they're trying to get a pick on this Gwen, shut her down.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, though, it's like, if Gwen can even just get one person, this is worth it. Yep, there you go.
They claim a Guardian Angel from one team member, but there's still 4 more GAs up now that they just just beat that Otacon.
Yep. Both objectives gonna be up. They'll have the Voracious Otacon buff for both Baron or Dragon, so yeah, they're gonna be in a really strong spot to take either of those objectives if they so desire. So Team 3 is really gonna have a difficult decision ahead of them. I mean, most likely, Team Poro will probably just be able to go for the Baron, because, you know, losing 1 dragon for Team Poro at this point is completely fine, and if they get Baron, they can potentially just end the game. So I would imagine that's probably where the priority is going to be for Team Poro. Although, as I say that, they are all bots, so maybe not. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, the Galio ult. Only onto the support. Oof. I don't think
Oh,
that's
there goes
the
their
ult you want to
jungler.
see.
But they do get GA from the Ari.
Not from game,
Unfortunate.
right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's something, but I mean, you lose your jungler, unfortunately, so can't really contest this dragon as easily anymore. I mean, I guess the hope
Galio
is that,
also burned Flash.
yeah, and use the Galio ult, that'll probably be up for a Baron fight. And I guess the hope is that,
Oh,
now
but
that
they're
Vayne's
contesting this dragon
yes,
regardless.
they are.
Unfortunately, they're split, and it's coming to hurt them.
I don't agree with that decision. I think
Oh.
you should probably just wait to try to contest at the Baron instead of contesting at this fight. But they contested for it, and 2 TPs to the top lane. Is this game?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I mean,
We
there's
have
a
Volibear
Sapphire.
Vi up, but is it enough to stop the push? They do still have 2 towers and 2 inhibs left.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, probably gonna get all 3 inhibs here if I had to guess.
Yeah. And there's still Guardian Angels up from the Otacon, so
They just
it's a
fell
rough
off.
one.
It seems.
They just fell off. Perfect. Well, fortunately, might not matter anyways.
Triple inhib. Baron up, 10k down. Looking a little tough, but the full team is up, and you do have the chance for one more Hail Mary fight. But it has to be said, Team 3 has played this series very valiantly, and it was way more back and forth than probably any other series that Team PORO has played in, so they can hold their heads high for that at the very least. Team PORO definitely has the easier time playing this situation out with the triple inhibs down. Like, the minions are just going to be pouring into the base, so Team 3 really needs to find and engage as quickly as possible. Because if they don't, even if, the enemy team doesn't get Baron, the waves of minions pouring into the base are just going to be too much to deal with. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that's a pick onto the Volibear, pick onto the Rakan. I think, they fought valiantly, but I think, unfortunately, it is GG.
Yeah.
Oh.
A quadra kill
The
on the
main
main.
penta.
Will it be a penta?
It doesn't look like it.
Vi won't let that happen, but they'll still
Never
try.
mind. They got the charm.
They dive it to see if they can get
The
it.
penta kill.
And he
The
does get the
penta
penta kill after all.
Wow.
And that's game. What a game 3.
What a series. What a series. Wow. The anti-Thomas index lives on. Very well played to both teams. Yes, we're gonna have a quick break so we can figure out who player of the series is. Alrighty, we are back, and with us we
There's no
have
way.
the player of the series. Hello, Arlen. You seem a little shocked to be chosen.
Honestly, I didn't. I thought you guys would have picked Carlos or even Steve. Like they had some crazy games. The 2 Gwen games, he went nasty. The Rammus and Zach.
I
pretty
will
good.
say, special shout out to Carlos. Yeah, especially in game 3 on the Gwen. Like, there was a couple team fights where he was split pushing, and you guys lost the team fights. And then the first team fight where he fought with you guys, he just absolutely like destroyed
Dude,
enemy
yeah,
back line. So like,
he was definitely a game changer having him in the fight.
definitely in the same tier of like a Mystic Tutor and
Shut the fuck.
Oh my god.
MTG.
Room.
But yes,
Pentakill at the end of the game too.
We had to let him have it, bro. He was in the fountain. Yo, we tanked for our boy.
so that was quite a grueling series, I guess, compared to what you guys normally play. So were you guys worried at all? Did you guys think?
Nah, we honestly, our draft first game was pretty bad. We couldn't really kill the tanks. We couldn't get to their back line, so we had to just, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Had to pick that Vayne up, that Gwen up.
Yep.
Just, dude, honestly, that first game got us super tilted. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
But,
it seems like you guys detilted
Yeah,
afterwards.
we just shifted our bands and our picks a little, and we found a good rhythm.
Yeah, I mean your drafts for game 2 and 3 were almost identical, just swapping out the Rammus and the Zac. I think the Rammus pick game 2 was really really good into their team
No,
comp.
it was
I was
huge.
really happy to see that. That punished the hyper carry auto attackers very hard for sure.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about your performance on what Leona and Thresh, I believe, were the two champs you played? You happy with how you played?
Yeah. That Thresh game was kind of it was a bad Thresh game. Not gonna lie. I couldn't get to Ari or Jinx at all. Like the 3 Giga tanks in front. Like what do I hook there?
Yeah.
So that kind of pissed me off because I really like playing Thresh, and the first time they didn't ban it, I was like, oh, I'm up
That
insta
made-
lock it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of a bummer.
Well, I mean, one thing I feel like you're always very consistently good at in your team in general is getting that vision around objectives before you take it. Like there were several times in each game where I'd be like, all right, this is the objective that's spawning, and you just see like, Team 3's jungle just lit up like a Christmas tree because you guys have put so many wards in. So I feel like that really benefits your team's style of just the oppressive vision and just like
Yeah.
nothing surprises you ever. Like you guys always know what's going on, so.
No, yeah, it was pretty good. I gotta give credit to Dario as well, though. We were fighting each other for that vision.
True.
Constantly
Well supported on
warding
that,
and trinketing, yeah. Yeah.
So was that the last game of your regular season, or do you still have to play?
You still have to
Now we can play Team Bs.
Yes.
Team Bs. All right. So you think you're gonna go undefeated in this series?
Well, hopefully.
Nice.
I think with this game we're guaranteed first place, just
Yes.
off of points alone.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Do you feel bad about having your sterling game reputation tarnished?
Yeah, kind of. That honestly tilted me the most. Like, if we had lost the game before, losing the first game would have been, it would have been whatever. But I was honestly trying to go full no loss the whole thing.
Rip the flawless.
And yeah, Larkin took it. I'm gonna have to spank him later.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
How do you think your game with Team B's is gonna go? Do you think they're gonna analyze anything, figure out what happened in the game?
I don't know. I hope they don't go 3 tanks. That's what I hope.
Alright, you heard it
but
here
knowing
first.
Andrew, I don't think so.
That's true. Well, he plays Mundo.
True. That yeah. And Scion. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy for Scion.
His
All right,
picture's
well.
still on the loading screen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Arland.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
On the win.
Well.
Alright. Well, that was an interesting series. I would say that's
Yeah.
probably one of the best series we've had in the regular season so far.
I think this season so far is. I mean, maybe besides like, I think what Team B versus Team 3 also went to 3 games.
Yes.
But this one crazy good series, crazy fun. Really close to Team 3. Really good job. Good job to Team PORO, picking it out.
Alright. Casters,
yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, great games.
Not really. Yeah,
And good
game.
luck to Team B's Team PORO on their game coming up.
I would like to personally shout out you two. That was a fantastic cast. I very much enjoyed myself here.
Thank you. You're too
I'm
kind.
gonna have to ban Magic from future games.
Do you guys have any more games?
Yes, we also have Team B. to play
Okay, so
against.
I think the last 2 games of the regular season are Team B's versus you two,
And
and Team B's versus PORO, right?
Well, that'll be
yeah,
exciting. Maybe we can pull out a win for once.
that would be nice. I don't know exactly how tiebreakers work. I think we
go to
probably have
games.
lost
We judge by games
last-
then, I think.
Yes, because I think Team B's has won a single game, which we haven't. So I think we've lost, even if we win 4th seed. So I think we kind of already know how playoffs is gonna. Like I think
Yeah.
it's
It would be a nice team morale to win
no,
one,
no,
though.
don't get me wrong. I'd love to win, but I think we already know that our opponent's going to be Team Poro
Alright.
in the first round. So
Well,
should be
I'm
interesting.
looking forward to it.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you very much
Alright.
from the chat, and we'll see you guys later.